prayer, and Mr. Bradley give us the pledge.
May we bow our heads. Father, we thank you for this day and thank you for allowing us to see it on this beautiful Monday morning, Lord God. Lord God, as we come before you do your business today, Lord God, we pray for all the families, Lord God, that lost loved ones over this July 4th weekend, Lord God, and we pray that healing truly begins with those families. So as we ask for prayer for those families, Lord God, we ask for civility to return to those, Lord God, who are still amongst us on the living side, Lord God, and to begin to revalue life again. As we conduct the business of this country, Lord God, give us the wisdom, the knowledge, and understanding of what to do, how to talk to people, how to be on the receiving end of both good pats on the back and criticism when we need it, and let us move this county forward. We thank you for the leaders we have. We pray that they answer to the call the way you called them to do, Lord God. Let nothing draw them out of character. Let them be who you called them to be on this day, so that this community of Natchez and Adams County continue to be that beacon on the hill that we are known to be. Let peace survive, Lord God, and let love be abound as we go forward today. In Jesus' name, I pray.
Amen. Let us face the flag. And as we face the flag, just remember 250 years of the ones who died and bled for this country. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Do a roll call. Supervisor Bradley. Supervisor Gaines.
I'm here, I'm talking to Sheriff real quick.
Supervisor Wilson.
Here.
Supervisor Miller, he's here. Deputy Clerk Paige Dean.
Present.
Treasurer Clerk Brandon Lewis. Present. Attorney Scott Slover. And County Administrator Misty Khan. I'm here. And I'm here. I need a motion to approve the minutes of June 2026.
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Wilson. Can I get a second? Second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. Next is the approval of the document. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Wilson and a second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. Next, we have approval of the financial reports, quarterly reports. Need a motion.
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines.
Second.
Second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? Ayes have it, motion carried. Do we have any special presentations today? Any special presentations? No special presentations. We move forward. Okay, next we have county business. Andy Turnage. Here.
Morning.
Good morning.
I don't take a lot of your time. I think I've met with you guys a few times before, if you remember. I had the pleasure of visiting with Sheriff a little bit at the Sheriff's Conference here a couple weeks ago. And demoed a product that he thought may be of interest to you guys, a surveillance product. We've got video security systems in many different counties, cities. So he mentioned one specific area, Providence Park, that you guys may be looking at getting some coverage over. And today is just basically to say, hey, I'm here, and get some direction from you guys on who I need to speak to about that, what the needs are. We did the full demo there, didn't think that appropriate here, but I would welcome the opportunity to whoever makes those decisions to do a full demo of the solution, answer any questions that you may have. As you remember, we're a full service IT consulting company. I've been doing this since '97. Our company's been in business 24 years. This past May, I've been there 22. Got a little background in law enforcement as well, as I mentioned in previous sessions. So anyway, I wanted to just see if you guys had questions or share what our needs were for Providence Park and maybe some of the other parks, see if you need some references, just get some guidance on who I need to speak to past this, if you have any needs that I might be help with and our solutions.
Anyone have any questions?
Sheriff, you have everything. Yeah.
Would that be the point of contact with the sheriff? Or-
Yeah.
I know you guys approve that. And he had mentioned to kind of step in and talk to you guys specifically, I guess, to give you an opportunity to ask any questions you might ask about it. Go ahead, sir.
I believe in the past when you came, you were showing us like tag recognition cameras.
So, yes,
Is
we
this
have,
more of a live?
yes, sir, yes, we have multiple solutions. We have some LPR solutions as well. And this product actually has a specific camera that has the LPR solution built into it. It's a cloud-based camera system with a ton of AI analytics. I can set alerts, it's 7/24 recording. I can, upload via Wi-Fi, via cellular connection, via the building, internet. It's just a lot of AI connectivity on the camera feeds that's coming in. AI analytics, I should say. I'm deployed here locally or closer to you guys in Corning Parish Jail. I put about 45 of those cameras in Lincoln County, Marion County, City of Meridian, and I just named a couple that our company's done. Intersection cameras, courthouse cameras, got some facial recognition, got some alarms that you can set if, you have a park that's closed after hours and it detects someone in there. It makes finding the video super easy. It cuts down on that. It's all cloud-based, so there's no servers to put in, anything in-house. So whoever you guys deem necessary need access to view that video footage, whether that's the sheriff or whoever that can get that. Be more than happy to do a full demo. We just didn't think it appropriate for our time here.
So it's not a 2 weekends race, it's there for a long time.
Yes, sir. So the default retention is 30 days, full record. We can go up to a year per camera. You got unlimited cloud storage on incidents. I can get very granular on who has access to what camera. So if you have a specific person that you want to have access to one specific camera, then that camera only. Whereas the sheriff's office may have access to all of them, but it's very granular in that method. There's a mobile app. You can see the cameras live, real time. We do access control as well. That's some of the things I put in Lincoln County was access control and camera for the sheriff's office. We have multiple references on the solution, multiple references. So I'd be happy to follow up. So today's a meet and greet. You guys tell me what the next steps are, if there's still a need for that here in the county.
Supervisor Gaines, you
No.
have a question? No, you have questions, Supervisor?
Do you have any of these cameras you're talking about already set up in a park?
Yes, so we've got them in parks, so I've got them on top of courthouses, I've got them in Florida. We do business.
Do
in
you have a
70s.
park close, a ramp?
Specifically in this area, not a.
No, in like in Mississippi.
Yes, sir, we've got parks that I can do with them all of them. We have mobile trailers with these cameras on, so you can pull the trailer anywhere if you got an event. So it depends on there's many different versions of the cameras. There's regular domes, fan tilt zooms, LDRs, or just a ton of different cameras you can put in. But yes, sir, we've got parks covered.
Well, my next question is pricing. What's the pricing?
It depends on camera model. That's not an evasive answer. It just depends on what needs. I think that what my next step would be is to come in, take a look at what you're trying to cover, how many cameras we'll need, the angle, where you need 360, just specific dome cameras, and come back and give you guys a price on it. Furthermore, we can put some, if you got immediate needs, we can put cameras in, run 30, 60 days at no charge. You can test it out.
Yeah, that's all.
Same as everything else we do. Be more than happy, we can put them in, we look at them, test them, if they work, keep it, if not, ship them back. So we do that all the time.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do, yeah, give it to Sheriff, because that's what I was gonna say. If we can do a test and a
Absolutely.
test run and just see what we're dealing with.
Absolutely, we can. It's very scalable, you can put from 1 to 100. Whatever the needs are. So on the price, it'd be just whatever camera we need to put in there to get the job done, sir.
Okay.
They range anywhere ballpark from $400 on those per man. So,
Okay.
All right, thank you.
thank y'all for your time.
Okay, next is Ms. Mary Walker with Energy Service.
Hi.
Hi, good
How are
morning.
y'all this morning?
Good.
Good. I'm past documents out, and I'll let y'all do them all the way down. Thank you. My name is Mary Walker. I'm with Upchurch Services. We are an energy service company. Well, my division is. We started in the 70s as a plumbing company. The Upchurch has added in mechanical work, electrical, all the way up to new build. We have kind of full service. Anything that needs to be done to a building, we do it. I've talked with some of y'all at this point about coming in and doing a $0 investment grade audit. So what we do is we come in, we look at every one of your buildings, and we assess needs from highest priority to lowest priority. We do a buffet of options, so to speak, of projects that can be done. And it's broken down, compartmentalized, so it's easy to pick and choose what, let's say you have a chiller system that we see has maybe a year and a half left. That's gonna be a more expensive item. It's good for y'all to know what's coming up. Essentially, at this point, we have a good relationship with Entergy, which we know is y'all are in their district. And at this point, what we're looking to do is ask y'all to put out an advertisement for an RFQ. And I'm sure all of y'all know RFQ is request for qualifications as opposed to bid, which that's more of what the other part of Upchurch does. So at this point, this is a very low risk. It doesn't cost y'all any more than 2 consecutive weeks in the newspaper. Us, and I'm sure some other energy service companies will submit an RFQ response. Hopefully you choose us. And at the end of that, we go through, y'all don't know anything, we don't sign contracts. We come in and do about 2 months of free work with our engineers. We take a look at every inch of your buildings. We come back to y'all with a game plan. Compartmentalized for y'all to look at, see what's highest priority, all the way to lowest priority. You decide not to do anything, we shake hands, part ways, hasn't cost y'all anything. There are a couple times that that's happened where we've looked at facilities and thought, really you have a couple HVAC systems that maybe have 5 years left. There's nothing to do right now, but in about 5 years, you're gonna have a big expense that you need to know is coming. So, and at that point, we shake hands and hopefully see in 5 years when we get out. So what I've passed out is 3 separate documents. Excuse me. The first is just an advertisement that you would send to the local newspaper. Anything highlighted in yellow over the next couple pages is something that y'all would fill in depending on who you want to receive submittals within your office. There are 2 dates that are posted. They have to be done consecutively. That's the first page. Second page, excuse me, y'all, is a letter that can be emailed to Joe Hagerman with MDE, and you do not have to wait for a response from him. It just has to be sent before you can advertise. And then this last one is the request for qualifications packet. This is what Upchurch and anybody else that wants to respond will email and request. Y'all have the ability to let your legal team look at this. If they feel like any changes need to be made, you do not have to run it by us. This is just a template that is a general thing for y'all to put out. It includes scoring rubric, advertisement dates, due dates, etc. There's also scoring criteria at the end. Again, right now it's just low risk ask, and we'd love to do some work and see what we can do to help y'all.
Anyone have any questions?
Well, we talked to them after the meeting, so we're gonna look at it at the attorney. Definitely first thing is gonna look over all that we got, and then we can get a response, because everything goes to our legal team.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can answer any questions. Our legal team can handle any of that. Y'all know I'm easy to get hold of and can answer any questions y'all have.
Thank you.
Thank y'all, appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay, we move forward. And Mr. Charles Boxley.
Yeah.
Here they are. Mr. Robert Braswell, is he here?
I'm right here.
Okay,
Can I reserve for later? Please.
okay. We're gonna move on into our, reserve for later.
I'm
What
gonna have
do
a
you
question
mean?
after, y'all progress into the subject I'm here for.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because you're not gonna be able to speak again until we come to public comments.
Ma'am?
I say you won't be able to speak again until we come to public comments, because otherwise we'll get around to our departmental reports.
I'll wait for
Public comments?
Yes.
Okay.
Got it.
Do we have any city government business? Any city government business? Anyone here? Or do you all have any from the table?
Just update, they are working on Morgantown Road.
Okay.
Yeah, so they are, I went through yesterday morning to check, they are doing the ditches, and I see that they have installed a couple of pipes over there, so they are moving ahead with Morgantown.
Okay, great.
Ma'am, Ms. Angela, with the, city government building, anything dealing with, the cameras on the streets? Like,
No, you don't talk about that on the public comments.
okay,
All right, thank you.
thank you.
Okay. Departmental reports.
First of all, I brought it yesterday. I'm Kelly from MSPHI. From previous business that I've talked to y'all about the vending machine, the Narcan vending machine that I wanted to put up in the community. He's brought some information today to talk to y'all about that, doing that, and that's part of previous business that we've talked about before, but because we're still wanting to go forward with this with MSPHI and putting up an Narcan vending machine. I don't know if Scott's had a chance to look into that yet from the last time.
I'm not.
It's not.
Okay. Okay. If you want to, he can go ahead and talk to us.
Did you want to tell them?
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity to address you about these vending machines. I work for the Mississippi Public Health Institute. I'm a program manager. The program that I manage is the Overdose Data to Action program. So what we do is we take overdose data that's tangible, and we put that data to action, and we go into communities such as Natchez. We've been working with Mary Kay for over just about 2 years now, and help those communities come up with strategies to do two things. Number one, reduce overdose, and then secondly, to eliminate overdose deaths. I think it's very important for you to understand, as we talk about overdose, I want to make sure that we don't just think about those people who are in our community who suffer from addiction. Obviously, they are a large portion of the people who experience overdose in Adams County and throughout the state of Mississippi. However, it's important for us to think about and to see the data and make decisions based upon data. Is the steepest incline in overdoses in the state of Mississippi is senior citizens, those between the ages of 64 and 72. We see that because you have, during that age range, there's many times they have the early onset of dementia. You'll have a senior citizen put a fentanyl patch on their shoulder because they've had a knee replacement surgery or hip surgery or something else that's requiring pain management, have their morning coffee, forget that they put that fentanyl patch on their shoulder, they put another fentanyl patch on the other one, or take one of those drugs and it causes that person to have an overdose. So that's what the data tells us. So we want to make sure that communities have access to naloxone or Narcan, because it absolutely will save that person's life if that family has access to it. It won't cost anything other than the cost of the machine, which, from my understanding, we're going to be using opioid settlement money, and that's the exact purpose that opioid settlement money should be used within the community to reduce those opioid deaths and eliminate the opportunity for overdose through the education that comes along with the partnership with the institute. We have these machines in counties and cities throughout Mississippi. Our most successful is on the Mississippi Gulf Coast at the Singing River Hospital Services. At each of their emergency departments, we have one of these vending machines that we service, maintain, and keep them full of this life-saving medication. We are seeing over 1,000 boxes of naloxone administered throughout Harrison County and Jackson County per month. We also have a vending machine in the city of Jackson Medical Mall, and we have one in the city of Hattiesburg at the Hattiesburg Fire Station number 6, which is adjacent to University of Southern Mississippi. So throughout the state of Mississippi, the vending machines that we have partnerships with communities, over 1,500 boxes of naloxone going out each month. Each box contains 2 dosage units of naloxone. It's going to college-age kids, it's going to senior citizens, it's going to caretakers, it's going to unhoused population. We're getting this life-saving drug out to the hands of people who need it. And I'll conclude with this. It's an intelligent drug. It's absolutely safe. Anyone in this room today could take some naloxone, it's a nasal spray it in their nose, because none of us in this room today is experiencing an opioid overdose. The only effect it'll have on us is it'll moisten our sinuses. However, if you are experiencing an opioid overdose, it will absolutely reverse that overdose and give that person an opportunity to to have access to advanced level medical care, hopefully through 911, because we want people to call 911 and get those services to them. And if that person is an addict, you're giving that person one more opportunity to live, or an opportunity to see another sunrise in your community, and hopefully have an encounter with incredible people like Miss Mary Kay and her team. I work all over the state, from Oxford to Pascagoula, from Meridian to Natchez. In every community I go in, I talk about Adams County and the work this team is doing in connecting people, making access to care possible, seeing problems and coming up with solutions. You folks are doing an incredible job at that. And I think this is the next step that really is going to set an even greater standard for our state. And you guys purchasing with your opioid settlement money, that vending machine partnership with the Institute, we'll keep it serviced for you, we'll keep it stocked with naloxone. That's my job and my team's job. We do that all over the state. And what I'm looking forward to is in 2 years, when we get to look at the data and see the success of these vending machines across the state, and how we are lowering the overdose rate. I stand open for any questions that you may have. I'll turn the floor back over to Ms. Mary Kay. Again, thank you for the opportunity to talk to you this morning.
We approved it, it's just waiting on making sure it's legal that we can set up a machine that gives away things.
Sure, I understand that. And I could probably get you in contact with Mayor Barker and his team in Hattiesburg, because those legal minds ask the exact same questions and could share with you the MOU that we have in place with them.
So where would you put it, like the emergency room?
Miss Mary Kay is in contact with the emergency room folks, and that is certainly when we look at best practice, that's a great place to put it, because it's accessible 24/7 every day of the week, and the emergency room staff can even direct people who may present with overdose or with substance use disorder into the ED to stop by that vending machine on their way out. However, it doesn't have to go there. If you go to one of your fire stations, it really could go anywhere. What when we look at best practices, we want to get it in the hands of as many people as possible. We want it in places accessible to the public 24/7. In Hattiesburg at Fire Station 6, one of the good things about these machines is it collects data for us. Hattiesburg Fire Station 6, it's been there since February, and we can look at the data, and it's most visited at 1 o'clock in the morning. And, you know, I have a lot of, can't prove it by data, but I think it's probably visited at 1 o'clock in the morning, because there is a stigma about even approaching that machine, because you're worried about what somebody's going to think about you and their family. That is real. However, you have a team of people in Adams County that's working to educate the public to reduce that stigma. So.
Anybody have any questions? No questions?
My only question is to Miss Mary Kay when she come back tonight.
All right, thank you so much for
Thank
the
you.
opportunity to talk to
Appreciate
you
you
about
for
that
coming.
life-saving drug, absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, question?
We've been to a conference, in Biloxi, and the Speaker of the House, Representative Jason White, was talking about a whole lot of stuff, and U-Court came up, K through 12, the junior colleges and four-year colleges, and I'm trying to figure out if what we doing here is safe, because they're talking about consolidating a lot of this stuff, even the youth courts. They're talking about consolidating school districts where you can have maybe Wilkinson County, Alvin County, and Franklin County have one superintendent looking over 3 different, and this ain't Rick Gray saying it, this is what Representative Speaker of the House, Jason White said. So, my only question is, I just want to know that what we doing is safe down here if they decide to consolidate some of these youth courts.
Well, as far as I know, that's top right now, not anything's been done about it. They've been talking about consolidating some of the judges as well, and youth courts having one judge over several counties and all that, but it's not in place yet, so.
Could
wait
we
and
bring
see
it back
what
with the speaker? I guess I'm the only one heard it, but this is what I heard, so I need to be asking.
Somebody's always got an idea, trying to push it through, but as far as I know, nothing's in place yet on any of that, it's just on. Okay, so for my department head stuff, let's see here. I have submitted some travel requests. I have in your folder there, you'll find, I've got the Juvenile Justice Conference coming up August 5th through 7th. And I have 4 people attending. The name's Mary Kay, Dory, myself.
Mom.
Slow down, okay. I have 2 separate ones in there, so you'll see some for juvenile justice and some for MADCP.
And what was the dates?
August 5th through 7th.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, I have Mary Kay, which is myself. Hollis Hunt. Caroline Catchings. And Sharon Hall. Should be Christy Castle on that as well.
That's Mary Kay, Sharon Hall, Collins Hunt, and Christie.
Caroline Catch, yeah, Christy Castle
Mm-hmm.
and Caroline Catchings.
Okay, you got 5.
So that should be 5. 5 total for that.
I got it. Okay.
Those are all grants. Christy Castle has her own travel fund, but other than that, they're all grant funded.
Okay,
Or grant reimbursed, I should say.
you heard the request, can I get a motion? Got a motion by Supervisor Garrett, second by Supervisor Middleton, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
The next one you'll find in there is for the Mississippi Association of Drug Court Professionals.
Okay.
Those dates are August 18th through the 21st.
Okay.
I have 5 people attending that. Ready for the names? Okay. Myself, Mary Kay Doherty, Christy Castle, Latonya Earls, Caroline Catchings, and Hollis Hunt.
Hollis Hunt. Did you call him?
Yes,
Hollis Hunt. Are you yourself?
yes. 5 of them.
You don't have Joseph Gelling?
He's behind me.
Okay, is you call it?
He's a different department, that's why.
This is different. Okay,
He's going too.
okay. Call out those 5 again.
Yes, myself, Christy Castle, Latonya Earls,
Okay.
Caroline Catchings,
Okay.
and Hollis Hunt.
And Hollis Hunt.
all grant funded except for the Christie Castle, who has her own travel.
Okay. Okay. You heard the request, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Wilson, can I get a second?
Second.
Got a second by Supervisor Gaines, any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
I have one more travel that is not in your folder because I was apprised of it this morning. Latanya Earls has a conference to attend, High in Plain Sights. It is at the Brandon Civic Center in Jackson. It was a free conference. It is July 9th and 10th, which is the end of this week. It's only gonna cost for the mileage, which is in the grants, $325.90. That's round trip both days. She's not staying the night since it's just in Jackson. But I have that right here, so I'm gonna get that
Everything
to you.
signed, everything been signed by Human Resource?
For travel?
No,
That's travel.
That's the
That's
travel.
travel. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, it's just a travel. Is it something? This is travel. Okay. All right, you heard the request, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
A motion by Supervisor Middleton and a second by Supervisor Wilson, any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
The last thing I have today is August and break. June 15th, I came to the meeting with Judge Brown. He requested the pay in lieu for myself, so that is in your folder to be signed. It is,
Mary Kay,
yes, ma'am.
can I?
Yes, please.
Just, we're gonna leave it like it is, and I'm gonna do a transfer between the two departments, that way it doesn't get everything confused.
Okay.
So you don't have to.
You got it taken care of, perfect.
Sounds good.
That's all I
I've
have.
got the tablet too.
You what, okay, thank you so much. Great.
Okay, great.
All good, y'all have a great day.
Good morning, Board. I'm Cassandra Reese with the coordinator of the Hope and Restoration Program here. I am coming to you this morning to request approval for travel to Oxford, Mississippi for a state conference with those dates being August the 18th through August the 21st, and it will be reimbursed.
Okay, I'll call out the names.
Yes.
That's attended.
It's gonna be myself, Cassandra Woods, Duchess Prater, Joseph Bellin, and Lynn Oglesby.
You heard the request, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines and a second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. Do you have anything else?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Coroner James Lee, and I was here for only one thing, but this was a horrible weekend. And I just like to express my condolences to all these families that were involved this weekend, and what was a terrible thing for the coroner's office, the sheriff, and all others that involved. They had terrible things going on. We just hope someday it quits. Now, I'd like to also ask the board approval to hire full-time Shanice Fleming, because Ms. Hayes, who was my deputy coroner clerk, has been, got a letter from her doctor saying that she's unable to come back to work.
I think this is one person he already has in place.
Yes.
That was kind of filling her position at that time, but now he wants to go ahead and put on as full-time hiring. He's already working for him. That you got to pay a new form, did you have to do the form, Beverly, for?
I'm sorry?
They need a form for it.
We submitted the letter from her doctor to Human
No, we
Resources.
need a form, pay a new form.
Yeah, you gotta get a form by HR that approves the additional salary.
I'm ready for the form. Okay.
If you, is Sharon upstairs?
There she is, right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We approve it and let her come down.
All right. Can I get a motion pending we get Sharon's, the information for the fee in lieu of relief? Got a motion by Supervisor Wilson and a second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
Thank you all.
We get it taken care of. You're gonna have to sign it also.
Yeah, you just have to sign.
I will.
Sharon.
I will.
Good morning, board.
Good morning.
I'm here to ask for approval for travel for myself and Tamara Middleton. Will I be traveling to Florida, Mississippi to a Masters Convention. It's gonna be from August 11th to August 13th.
Let's see.
Hello.
Okay, I got the information. We heard the request. Can I get a motion? Got a motion by Supervisor Wilson. Can I get a second? Second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
Thank you.
Good morning, Warren Fells, on Adams County 911 dispatch. I'm giving calls for June 1st to June 30th. Adams County SO had 511, Natchez PD had 920, Natchez Fire Department had 28. Also, I want to request travel for Barrett Clay Strickland and Jasmine Chapman to a conference, 911 conference. It's going to be August the 10th through August 13th.
This was Jasmine. I saw her.
Barrett Clay Street.
Okay, you heard the request. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion by Supervisor Middleton. Can I get a second? Second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
Also want to request to hire 2 people. We had to pay a loop on Makaya Proby and a rehire for Andrea Pickett.
Find that. Okay, call those names again. I got Andrew Pickett. And who else?
Makaya Proby.
You heard the request. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion by Supervisor Wilson. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion?
Discussion. Which one of those was a rehire?
Andrea Pickett.
They left on good terms?
Yes.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
Thank you.
Good morning, board. Shay Riley, Adams County Sanitation Department. I just want to give my monthly report. We billed out 5,868 billings this month. Also, we did have some discrepancies with the trash truck this past week. They had a driver get sick Monday, and it kind of did a chain effect on us. Where some people didn't get picked up Monday. They were supposed to pick the Monday pickup on Tuesday, and then they didn't get everybody that was supposed to be picked up on Tuesday, and it flowed all the way down to Thursday. So I think when they got Thursday, they just stopped wherever they didn't get picked up and started over with regular route again. So there were some people, there were a lot of complaints. We did receive from people that didn't get their trash picked up on regular pickup day. And that was, like I say, that was the result of one of their drivers being ill, and they had to come off the road. So, we still getting some of the backlash from that, to be honest with you. And, hopefully today, everybody's back on track again.
I got a question.
Go ahead, question?
Yeah, I don't think anybody's using the website complaining, I think they're mostly calling us, cause I got a lot of this calls. Do you get a lot of, mail back, the bills back in the mail?
Previous months I did. Now I sit down on the day that we get them and I go through, they gave us a new website where we log in and I see every individual bill. So those that are extremely out of whack or, I'm gonna say $1,000 plus over billing, or they've been delinquent for so long, I don't mail those out. I do an exclusion on those, I just go down through it, and it's roughly about 27 pages worth of, exclusions that comes through that I have to go in individually, not mail out. And it's cut down extremely amount, on our mailing since recently. But in the past, we did get a lot back. And those are houses where people either refuse to accept the bills, or the post office sent it back and say it's vacant, but people actually live there, or somebody has moved out and didn't do a forwarding address, and we get those back. And some of them say refuse, you know, so we just, we have to play it by ear, but I do LexisNexis and I try to locate the new addresses and forward it and change it to the new addresses. So we do have a trial and error with that. Sometimes those come back returned as well. So if I change the address on it to a forwarding address, and the forward address comes back returned, then I have to try it again, and if that one comes back, then we just completely take them off the mail list. But it's like I say, it's our trial and error that I try to reach them if they move, because they're still responsible for the billing they accumulated with us, even though they do move from the residence.
We still haven't got an accurate count out there, but the other thing, several postmen tell me that they have addresses that aren't, there's not even an address, there's not a house there at all. It's just like 120 Duck Pond Road does not exist. It's just where there would be a house if they divided it up into lots, the acreage. So I don't know how many of those are going out. I would assume you'd be getting those back as well. But they said that these addresses don't even exist. So, something we need to really try to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, when I get the E911 slips, they either tell me whether a house is going to be built or what type of dwelling is there. If I see it's a dwelling there, then I go ahead and put it in the system. If I don't see, if it says a house to be constructed or a mobile home to be placed here, I put them to the side and I wait a month or two, and then I call the water company and see if they started up services or if, some kind of construction has been done. If they don't, then they stick to the side until I decide to go back through them again and see if anybody has been constructing a house yet. Some people buy property and it takes them a year or so before they put a dwelling on there or finish building their homes or put an actual mobile home on them. So the ones that say to be constructed, I don't put them in my system. But if they send them to me and they say they give me a color of a house or a dwelling or something like that, then yes, I put them in the system. And some do say farmland on there or something like that, I don't put them in because I know it's just, for horses or cattle or something like that.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Our vendors don't bill based on her numbers, that's strictly for our selection purposes.
Okay. Yeah.
Sir?
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Didn't the legislature pass a law where, you can bill the property owner? Last time we had a big meeting up in here, a lot of people came up in here, a lot of people own a lot of houses. It's much easier for you to charge them $35 extra and pay the bill yourself than to trust a person that's not gonna be there that long and think that they're gonna pay a bill. They're gonna move and maybe move to another state or whatever. We will never get our money. I guess that's why the legislature passed that law where we can make sure we get our money, we can get it from the property owner.
Yeah, and not to be a stickler for what you're saying, not only is it can, it's shall, the landowner and a tenant are both jointly and separately liable. So it's not a choice. Landowner, if the tenant doesn't pay it, they're responsible for it, which is why what you're saying makes a lot of sense.
So my question is, why are we trying to run down renters?
Yeah, you can run both down, renters and landowners.
But if we run the landowner down, then they're gonna put it in part of their rent, and then they're gonna get their money, and then they're gonna pay us, cause the renter sure not gonna pay us, they're gonna leave.
Part of the objection, like we do both because we're required to do both, and they're both liable for it. And part of your objection is that you were billed for, your in your rent and you paid your rent, and that is a reason we can come off of a garbage bill.
Thank you.
If the tenant pays.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning, Madam Secretary and Board of Supervisors. Pleasure to be here this morning.
Head over.
Okay. I just want to say good morning to everyone. It's a pleasure to be here this morning. We had something real good that happened in our office, and I want to bring that to everyone's attention. Ms. Kim Enfield has done a terrific job. So I'm just gonna kind of read something out to you, and she also gonna pass out the recap sheets for us. But I want to bring this to your attention that Ms. Enfield is recognized for satisfaction of a 101 fundamental real property appraisal, 102 income property evaluation. When the tax assessor and his deputy assistant is successfully completing all qualifications, the Mississippi Education Certification Program receives certificate level in track 2, evaluation 1, and shall receive an additional $2,000 annually beginning the next fiscal year after completion. The presentation of all tracks application for advanced certification will take place at Mississippi Assessor Collection Conference, which will be here in Natchez. So like the conference always been done out of town, it's gonna be here in Natchez this time around. So the day of the fourth fall conference will be held in Natchez, October 26th through the 28th of 2026. So that you may be recognized for the presentation ceremony. So if you want to come to the ceremony, then that's when it will be in October 26th to the 25th.
Congratulations.
Now, please refer to our red book, 13 edition, for more information about the benefits associated with the advanced level of certification. Should you have any questions regarding the status within the Mississippi Education Certification Program, please feel free to call and talk with Jason Camp. Now, Jason Camp number is 662-325-3141, or you can email Jason Camp. And Jason Camp at Mississippi State ED. So I just want to bring that to your attention real quickly. We got a teamwork that's going on in the office, and she's doing a successful job. She's going to pass out a recap sheet, and what that recap sheet basically does, it's going to explain to you about the personal property and the real property. We're basically going to talk about the amount of money that we received from last year and the amount of money that we received this year. We did get a little bit more money this year, so that was really good. So, if you don't mind, can you pass it out for me, please? Oh, y'all, does everyone have a copy of it, the recap sheet for 2026? Now, the assessor recap 2026. This kind of briefly goes over the personal property for 2026, the real property for 2026 also. And as you probably notice to your right, it's gonna have under the assessed valuation, the amount of money that was collected. It's also gonna show down on real property, the amount of money on the assessed value. So those are the two figures that we normally play with. It kind of tell us what we collected and what we did not collect, and the difference in what we did collect for 2025. So what you're looking at right now is 2026. Another thing I'm gonna read out real quick for us also.
You say it was an increase?
Yeah, it was an increase compared to 25.
So where did the increase come from?
Okay, it's over on the sheet. Look to your left side where it says class of personal property. You see? Do you see what I'm talking about? On the left hand side, you see on the recap sheet. Over on the left side. It's gonna show the class of personal property, automobile, mobile home.
That's the first row.
Everyone on the same page? You know, it's come down a little bit further when we talk about the class of land. What's improved in itself. These are the figures right here. It shows the recap for 2026.
So that last line where it says,
The last line to your far right, notice that's 230,250,144. Do you see that?
And y'all, these are, number one, preliminary, because they're not done until they're finalized. There's usually changes throughout this time. For instance, I doubt utilities have been entered yet. They don't come until much later. And then where your property is situated and what type of property it is also effectuate, you know, how much money or how much taxes are levied on it too. So it's real difficult from this sheet to ascertain any amount from my past experience.
I just asked the question because he said it was the increase. I know last year all these people was up here, and I want to make sure we've been on record saying that if possible, we would lower the millage or whatever the case may be. So that's the reason I asked the question.
Without the 25, we really can't tell.
You won't be able to tell until you get really into the computation of the bill at that point, which is not like, it is pretty convoluted.
It is, yes, but,
As of July 1st, you're supposed to provide us with.
That's right, that's correct. I haven't gotten to that part yet.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Now, I do have the recap sheet here in front of me for 2025. So if you want me to get a copy of it and just kind of compare the two, you can do that also.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do need a copy.
Now, just a few minutes ago, Mr. Drake brought up about the administrator. Now, the paperwork that I have here in front of me right now, it basically talks about the administrator for its aim, will produce the same amount of revenue from ad valorem tax was collected the prior year. The administrator of the prior year, what you want to do, you can maximize. We had a price increase last year. It had a lot to do with it. So we had that price increase, that's when you can come back and you can adjust that versus what we had coming in on the administrator. So if we lower the administrator down, you still got the value of your house, the money that came in, and sure, we're okay. We'll be all right, but that is very important. This is a piece of paper here that I'm gonna leave with you also. This is something the county administrator will sign it. And just go back over, I certify that the notice required under MCA section 2739, 2037. And MCA section 273341 has been published in accordance with the guidelines provided above. Now, what this is based, another thing, what this is basically saying for the public notice that goes out to the taxpayers. Public notice. We're gonna go over this real quick. Now, the 2026 tax assessment roll has been completed. The new roll will be open to the public for inspection from July the 20th to the 31st. It's gonna be open for the public. So we've already ran the ad in the paper. I'm gonna go a little further down. Now, as you probably noticed, it did say July the 20th to the 31st, 2026. The roll will then be turned over to the Board of Supervisors for the hearing of rejection August the 3rd, 2026. Once the objection has been completed, the final roll will be given to the Mississippi State Tax Commission. And no change can be made following this time. In that we are in a period of reassessment as prescribed and mandated by state law. It is advised that all taxpayers review these assessments. The Adams County Tax Assessor Office is making every effort to be fair and equal to all assessments. And if you have any questions, just like we did last time, you can come by the office and say, I'm talking about it. Our office is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Friday to assist you Larry Hughes, Adams County Tax Assessor, and all the employees in the office are well aware of what we're doing. So that won't be a problem at all. Now, when we did run the public notice, we did it we did it in the Natchez Democrat, and we also did it in the Bluffton Post. We also did it on our website. So we're trying to let as many people know that if you have any question concerning, come to the office and we'll talk about it. That's all you got to do.
Madam President,
Yes.
Mr. Hughes, I want to make sure there's no misunderstanding this year. And I'm reading something saying that wants to assess a pilot assess role with the Board of Supervisors on the first Monday in July. That's what you're supposed to do. After that, equalizing the role, the board opened them up for public inspection. The Board of Supervisors then acts as the Board of Equalization and hearing assessments, appeals at the August meeting. So once you turn it over to us, then it's up. Is that right, Scott?
That's right.
Okay, that's what I was trying to get straight. Once you do your job and turn it over to us, Monday, July, the first Monday in July, then it's in our hand to do the rest, right?
Yes, we gotta advertise, and we gotta advertise and look over the rules for equalization. That is, we don't want unfairly assessed areas and so forth, but also any objections. People file written objection, we have to then appeal or service the appeal board for the tax assessor's decisions. So the tax assessor goes out, he assesses the property, is responsible for doing all that. He submits them to us. Everyone can look at it and see if they agree or disagree with them. If they disagree, they have to file a written objection and show up to the meeting in August. We hear those objections, we can affirm them or we reverse them and so forth. And then if we saw something that was greatly unjust through equalization, we could correct that as well. The Department of Revenue then reviews what we've done and they can correct it as well. So their final approval usually isn't until November, December. And then once that's entered, the final notice goes out and your assessments are finalized at that point. And that's why you get your bills after that period of time.
Well, I'm gonna make it plain and clear. Sometimes the general public don't get it, and they come back to you. But it says, before the first Monday in July, any changes to the assessment must be made by the Board of Supervisors. Any taxpayer dissatisfied after August assessment hearing may appeal it to the board or to the circuit court. So once you do what you do, you give it to us, then they come to us. Is that not right, Scott?
That's right.
That's why the confusion was. People was trying to go over there when they need to be coming here. And that need to be clarified with the general public. If after he turned it over to us, then they need to come to us.
Right.
That's all I want to say. Thank you.
Now, you also want to keep in mind too, the millage rate has to be set before September the 15th. I'll do not set the millage rate. So I want to bring that to your attention also. Let's see if anything else I have that I want to bring to the board attention. Last minute, please. I think that's going to do it, but I would also like to bring to your attention too. Tax Assessor's Office, Chancery, all of the above has been doing a terrific job. The only way we can do a terrific job, we have to work together as a team. If you don't work together as a team, we're not going to make it, because you got to keep in mind, we are here for the public. We're going to treat the public right. That's who comes first. So I want everyone to keep in mind is that if you have any questions about anything, come to my office and we sit down and talk about it. Just like we're standing here talking now, you can still come by to my office. Just because you're supervisor does not mean you cannot come to my office and sit down and talk about it. We're comfortable with it, I just want you to be comfortable with it. So I said that in terms of letting everyone know we appreciate your time and your patience for working with us, and we're looking forward to doing it in the near future. Does anyone have any additional questions?
Anyone have any questions? Anyone have any other questions?
Need a motion to approve
Need a
and
motion
order
to
the
approve.
advertisement go out.
Advertising. What? Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Wilson, can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Supervisor Gaines, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Hughes, what you got?
Good morning, Board. Samuel Minor, Veteran Service Officer for the county. Got a couple things to brief you guys about. One was the event I had for the Veteran Stand Down, which was on the 6th. That was a big success. We had about 40 veterans come through. We had a lot of vendors, so I want to first thank the vendors for coming out, giving their time to help the veterans out, and also I want to thank the businesses that donated door prizes for the veterans. Was Build a Home, Homes, and County Pie, Red Top, Steins, Walmart, the Donut Shop, and Southern Styles. They all came through and gave great prizes, door prizes for the veterans. They all enjoyed it. The second thing I want to thank, the people I wanted to thank was emergency management and of course the board for allowing us to use the facility, the safe room for the event. And like I said, all the veterans that came there, they enjoyed it. They got a lot of good information, and I appreciate it. The second thing was the parade that happened on Friday, the walking parade down to the Bluff Veterans Parade. That was a great success also. We had a lot of participation. A few of the residents came out and gave their support, and the festivities on the Bluff was excellent also. And that's all I have. Any questions from the board?
Anyone have any questions? Thank you, Mr. Miley, you're doing a great job.
All right, thank you.
And we appreciate everything you're doing.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next.
Good morning, Board.
Thank you.
Tim Mountain, Amar. Your 339 911 requests for the month of June. City response time to 8:26 with 92% reliability. County response time 13:45 to 89% reliability. We had 71 refusals, 4 no patient founds, 14 canceled prior to arrival, and 20 psychs. The psychs went up significantly. Once again, they'll keep going up the hotter it gets. We had 131 multiple calls at the same timeline, and we flowed four from the field with high-level injuries. The total EMS request for the month is 911 and 911 828, and I added down at the bottom of the page, you had 12 assaults this month, and that went up from 3 on average for every month prior this year to date so far. So that's going up as well. You know, obviously we had a busy weekend with this stuff. With the assaults, there'll be a bigger number to report going into the July report. And I know I'm not speaking alone when I say from all the emergency response groups, it's tragic. It needs to stop. It needs to stop. There's not a fix. If it was a magic word, I'm sure the sheriff or the police chief would have already done it. There's nobody can fix it but the people that's actually taking these actions. And I want to tell you, it's impactful to those responders, law enforcement, fire department, and EMS. It's hard. You know, we do these calls and we move away from them to get to the next call as quickly as we can, but it's hard, particularly when you're trying to clean up gear and equipment. to get back into the game mentally after dealing with the stuff that we dealt with over the weekend in condensed fashion. So for all those first responders out there, I'm gonna say it from me, I'm proud of what they do and I appreciate what they do to keep our streets safe as they can and to respond when we can, and take care of that business. And I just wanted to say that to the sheriff as well. And then to kind of make it a little bit lighter, I would like to close with my side of the report and saying that Brad Bradford had a birthday yesterday. And that officially makes him older than me. Just so, do y'all have any questions for me?
Anyone have any questions? Any questions? Thank you, Mr. Holt.
Thank you.
And happy birthday, belated birthday, Brad.
Appreciate it.
Good morning, board.
Good morning.
Brad Bradford, Adams County EMA Director, Volunteer Fire Coordinator, 911 Coordinator. Just got a couple things this morning on the Adams County EMA side. I need the board president to sign our county emergency management signature page for this year. It's going to adopt it. We have to change every time the supervisor president change.
You heard the request, can I get a motion? Got a motion by Supervisor Wilson and a second by Supervisor Middleton. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Ayes have it, motion carried.
Okay. The next signature page will be our radiological plan agreement between Cleveland County and Adams County. That needs to be signed also.
You heard the request, can I get a motion? Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines, can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Supervisor Middleton. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Ayes have it, motion carried.
Okay, the next thing is on action board. I'm in need, we're gonna have to get a new heavy hauler for our department. Our vehicles went down and the road department couldn't fix it. The Ford place couldn't fix it, and that's the truck we use to pull our big generators and our trailers and stuff. I was using my unit, and it had to go to the shop because it's too small. So I'm in need of a 3/4 ton truck, diesel, to be able to pull those generators and all the trailers that they have supplies for pickup on that. So,
Do you have any money in the budget for it?
We can purchase. Then go into next budget.
yeah, I'm just starting, huh?
You want them to say contract?
Yeah, we're gonna try to find a state country where we can, on that, if they have something, that size on that, to be able to outfit, you know, like, look, I'll just bring it before the board, let you know we down with it. So I'll be giving this on that, see what we're doing. Okay. Next thing on the 911 side. on-
Brad, how often is that vehicle used?
Every day.
You moving generators every day?
What I'm saying, when you haul stuff, because like I said, when you got festivals and stuff in the city, we have to pull that, we have to go get stuff. A lot of times, I mean, we got generators get serviced, it need to run and pick it up. It's not a vehicle, it's gonna be used because I'm gonna drive it, because mine, will have to be passed down. But it's gonna be dual purpose on that. See, right now, I use mine,
So it'll go to you?
yeah.
Okay.
You say you're gonna pass yours down?
Yeah, because I got some older ones in the fleet, and this has been telling me about them, parking out here, so, you know, because they're old, they're operating off duct tape and frac.
Okay, so what are our plans for them?
What?
The old?
We gotta sell them, or what do we need to do with the road department, probably use.
Yeah, the old one you got out there behind the old report,
Yeah.
behind the state, I think it come from the sheriff, you got it from him, didn't you?
No, that Ford?
Yeah.
No, that's mine, that was my heavy haul.
No.
The white
one.
Yeah, we tried to
You
use
using
that,
that, okay.
but it's two-wheel drive. So, yeah, it's got
That's
it
the
for
one he got from you.
Man,
Okay, let's see, the white one?
no, he gon' you keep in the white one.
No, if you want, you need it. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to him, we just use that now, but it's just on the two-wheel drive, it's good for the highways and whatever he gonna do, because it can't go off-road.
That's one we bought for a dog.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Goodbye,
I got to have one.
What was that?
You were starting something new.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, on 911, just bring up on the 911 side, we're gonna be looking at getting a new address mapping system because the one we got is outdated. And that probably we're gonna get with the tax assessor, see what mapping system they're using. And my scheme and goal is to be able to have everything on one mapping system. When we be able to track houses, like if the house is not there, she'll be able to see there's nobody living in the house. And that's what we want to be at on that. But the system we have now is outdated. It's been there over 15 years. And, you know, the company's asking us, do we want to do a mapping system? So I'm trying to fight with the price on that, to try to give us a mapping system that the tax assessor, tax collector, and also our GSI can be able to work with, and all administration, even 911. That when we put the information in, it'll be able to roll over to their tag, so you'll have true data of where everyone is in the county on that. So I'll come back with a proposal on that. Just give you a heads up what we got to do on the changes on that.
So you're shopping around?
Yeah.
Well, there's a Triad that was doing it before and they went way up on our system?
No.
No.
Which mapping system?
So, that's what I was gonna mention to Mr. Bradford, is Mr. Hughes is in the process right now of looking at mapping systems. He had brought a proposal for the one that I think he's currently using, and the board asked him to go out and get another quote.
Okay.
I mean, another bid, bid. So you might want to go ahead and reach out to him, because I think his expires October 1st.
Okay, I agree with him on that, but make sure our office can use it, because like I said, we have individuals that go out and put the actual house and take pictures. There can be an interface on the map, that we have actual data of individuals, not just a Google map, what they would be, okay, I agree with that.
So, Mr. President, what purpose is the other to us now? Since Mr. Hughes got this one for his office, and the other one we used to always use, do we even need it?
For the old mapping system?
Yeah.
Yeah, we still use it, because that's how people come in and get now addresses. You gotta have a mapping system for them to get it.
When I'm asking, what's the name of the,
Trust.
No. The one that we pay through, the other guy.
Out there.
Peter there.
He's there.
Yeah, now, what he does is, he got access to it, but our individual goes out and do it, and it just our individual go out and do the mapping on it. Yeah, she actually goes out and do the roads, do all the house inputs on the map.
So my question is, we paying for that, then Mr. Hughes, then to get an updated system for his house, and you asking for a system. Seem like we just need one system, don't we?
That's what I'm saying, that's what I'm saying, that's what I said, we need to get on one system. So if he's already doing it, I'm just gonna give him, make sure the system is feasible enough for my office to be able to input on it. Because a lot of times the mapping system, they say you map, but they don't have the people to come down and actually put in the individual. They use a Google map service like that he use, but we don't actually, I wanna make sure if you get that map, we can input on that map the actual houses that Adams County has. Like that's why our person goes around and assign an address, we'll know if that person, if that's a mobile home or is it a brick house or structure. We have all that information on that, and what that does is that needs to be able to transfer to the CAD system. So when law enforcement need to find, they know what address they need for fires or something like that. Or if you cut down who owned that property, also who's renting it. So all that information need to be on there, so they help out with, if we need for our sanitation and stuff. Right now, everything's on paper. But that's what Shay was saying, that once she get it, she has to decipher, has anybody built something? So she don't know, because once we get an address, you know, it may be 2 or 3 years for that person to build something. And they might have a mailbox. So when she see that, that's what I'm saying, do we send that bill to that person, even though you know how it's built? So this mapping does, everybody be able to see it, but she'll be able to say ain't no construction. All she gotta do is look at the system like, ain't no construction on it. So she ain't gotta try to dig and find out, have anybody built something on it. Also, it'll have the property owner name on it. So that's why I'm saying, all of them got to work together and relate. So. Any more questions on that? Also, need to request travel for August the 10th and the 13th for the 911 conference for Mission Lonnie and myself.
You heard the request, can I get a motion? Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines, do I have a second? Second by Supervisor Wilson, any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
Madam President, you will see a form that company now association paying for my trip.
Okay. You just still need to get approval for your travel.
Yeah.
Okay. You heard the request?
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Wilson, second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
Also need to approve travel for July the 7th for myself and Mr. Stu Anderson, Deputy Fire Coordinator, to the Mississippi Fire Academy in Pearl for a Mississippi Fire Safety Summit. Just be a one day.
It's a turnaround.
Turnaround, yeah.
You heard the request, got a motion by Supervisor Gaines, can I get a second? Second by Supervisor Wilson, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
Okay, the next travel is July the 13th for myself to attend the Deputy Sheriff Convention in Bay St. Louis as a keynote speaker. They're paying for it.
You heard the request, got a motion by Supervisor Gaines and a second by Supervisor Wilson, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
Also, July the 21st to the 23rd, I need permission to travel for our McDaniel board meeting to Biloxi, Mississippi at IP. They're paying for everything.
You heard the request,
So moved.
Second.
got a motion by Supervisor Wilson and a second by Supervisor Gaines, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
The next,
What dates was those?
July the 21st to the 23rd.
Go ahead.
And the last one is July 22nd for Ms. Bree Cooks and Mr. Tom Gee to travel to the Department of Environmental Quality, being for our radar stations, that moves in there, this is on there.
You heard the request,
So moved.
got a motion by Supervisor Gaines and a second by Supervisor Wilson, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
That's pretty much it. Just let everybody know we will be testing siren, outdoor on siren this Wednesday. We still waiting on the part for the one in the city, but everything else is working, should work. Thank
Mr.
you.
Rabbit, could you give me another copy of this, letter for Clayton County, an agreement?
Okay.
Can I get another copy of this letter?
Yeah, they spelled your name wrong or something?
No,
Okay, gotcha.
thank you.
If you're not, we'll get on.
Thank you.
All right, good. Bye.
Good morning, board.
Morning.
Quick update, Morgantown Road, as Supervisor Gaines stated previously, they have resumed working on Morgantown Road. So that project is moving forward now with the grading of the ditches and installation of cross drains and driveways. UWP's projects, UWP 021, that's Kerry Road, site number 2 at Jerusalem Church. The contract is nearing completion with the Jerusalem Church site. Of course, the rain caused some delays, so they're moving forward, they're installing the final little rock. So they anticipate being completed with that site this week, and they hope to move to Kerry Road, site number 2 on next week.
Sounds good.
All right. As far as Kerry Road, site number 1, we did receive approval from NRCS on Thursday, allowing us to move forward with that project. So we anticipate the bid opening for that project to be August the 17th, 2026. The last thing I have is the state aid project. So we prepared the program form for the sites that were provided by the board. One site that we did not include was the Kingston Road site. And so the reason why we didn't include it is because one, we had already did a program form for it. And second, state aid reiterated that they did not want to add any more roads to the state aid registry. All right, so I had a conversation, an extensive conversation with you all's new district engineer. He's in a temporary basis until he finds someone permanent. He did bring up the option of, since you want to add that road to the registry, the county does have the option. He has not confirmed it with Mr. Harry yet, but he did ask him to bring it to the board. You could change out the same amount of road and remove 2 roads off of the state aid registry to replace that same amount of mileage on the state aid registry to try to cancel it out. And technically, you would not be adding any roads to the registry. You just be replacing that length for Kingston Road. So that's an option that he asked you all to at least to consider if we really want to move forward with Kingston Road from 61 to Retirement Plantation Road.
It needs to work. Robbie, were you aware of that already?
Yeah, I'm right now, remove that same 3 miles or whatever of
Whatever
state
it
aid
is.
section.
State aid unimproved state aid section.
Yeah.
Actually, it's unimproved state aid section that we can remove. And what we actually do is to make sure we don't hold up the project at all, go ahead and submit the program form without that on it. And then doing some form during the design process, we can add it if all the paperwork and everything is counted between now and then. And we can add that project to the project, that segment to the project. The second thing that I would need from the county is, according to state aid, that segment is still considered a state highway. And they understand that at some point in time, that was given from MDOT over to the county, but there's no paperwork at state aid, and MDOT is trying to find it. So if the county has that information, we could expedite that process, and I can get that over to state aid. They're currently finding that a board order or some sort of paperwork that whenever transfer happens, that will help the state aid out as it relates to that segment of road.
Scott, did you hear that? That last part about finding some paperwork where the part of Keystone Road was given to Adams County from the state?
From the MDOT, because right now it's still considered a state highway.
So they don't keep their own highways up? MDOT.
We called Mr. Gray and argued that fact. Me and they talked to them and told them if it's still under their maintenance, they need to take care of it. And it's more to it than that. It's a bridge on that section too. They still can't find the information on.
They don't know who owns this bridge.
No.
We own it, the state own it.
That's what I say.
It's state aid.
But you can't find the information, is what
We
you're saying?
can't find it, they can't find it. But they say they turned it back to the county.
Does that mean that bridge hasn't been inspected for the last 20 years, 30 years?
Yeah.
That's a,
We've been talking back and forth for what, last month and a half probably.
like being an arm.
And it's kind of strange when they can't find no paperwork and we can't find no paperwork either.
How far did you go back, Ronnie? How long ago?
We've been back and they've been checking with them and seeing, but like I said, what we're going on is what we get from them. I don't really know where we would go from here. The MDOT's turned it back, I mean, everything turned it to.
So let me ask a question on Mr. Doctor. So MDOT claimed that they turned the road back over to us.
To Adams County.
So that wouldn't be part of our minutes? So they just gonna go out on the road and just say, hey, we're gonna turn this back over to y'all?
That's their part of the minutes. That's why I asked you how far.
And that's what I say.
you go back.
I don't know.
Yeah, what time frame did they say?
But we had no idea. I don't have no idea. They don't either. They said they can't find the paperwork, they just know they turned it back.
I can't find the paperwork and it's not there.
Is they looking?
Minutes, it's still
Say
there.
they are.
It's still theirs.
I mean, you've had a conversation with us too, hadn't you? Yeah.
So, Mr. Dixon.
Could you ask for discovery on something like that?
Yeah.
And make them produce it? Otherwise, they should be fixing the road.
Right.
You need it.
We got it on the list, so
Okay, we don't need to approve that or anything?
nothing to approve of it.
Okay.
Not whether, when and whether we were given Kingston Road or not. Got done a heck of a lot of work on it.
So as it relates to progress that we made on that, even though we haven't submitted the program form, till we have to get the signatures from all the board members, we did go ahead proactively start working to get, because some of the projects that were on the list were unimproved. And when they're unimproved, instead of just submitting plans, we actually have to go out and survey those roads and provide a plan profile. So we started already going out, getting on a survey ahead of time. And we've already completed Morgantown Road, and we anticipate completing Springfield, Sedgefield, and LE Berry within the next 2 weeks. So while that program is being approved, we'll go ahead and begin everything in place. So once it's approved, we can move forward with the actual design of those projects.
I need a motion for that.
So moved.
Had a motion by Supervisor Gaines and a second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion?
Yes, ma'am. When do y'all anticipate this being ready for bid?
I look at it, the issue, the thing about trying to get the scrub seal done this year, it's like a critical state aid process. So it's probably gonna have the plan ready, and probably won't start the project until the season opens. The only thing for all is critical.
Any other questions?
It's already July, so.
All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
So the overlay project, that can go ahead and take place, striping projects can go ahead and take place, but the shrub still probably wait to first edition. But you all have everything in place. And that's all I have. Is there any questions for me?
Yeah, I do have something.
Ms. Ford,
Yes, ma'am.
do we need to go ahead and approve for the, you to continue to start with these saving projects?
I mean, you can, you already.
Yeah.
You can just formally give me authorization.
I got some, question, really bringing something to the, attention of the board that, going through, finishing this first phase of Morgantown, we're gonna have some funds that we cannot use them on the other part of the project, so that means that we will have to send them back. So, Morgantown Road, right back, from Dixie to the apartments, they have a ravine right there, and I think, I was asking him that we don't wanna send it back, can we actually put a rock ditch, get a good open embankment, and kind of put a guardrail, because I heard that from a couple times going to our Morgantown board meeting, and so, it won't cost, I think, they got a few feet that they said they probably wouldn't pay for, because it's in the middle of the project, but 90% of the project is inside of it, and I think that's something that I told him I was gonna bring to the board, to see how the rest of the board, letting him go ahead and start looking at this thing, because I think once they get the drains in Morgantown, that's pretty much the whole up of the project. Because once they tie the cross pipes in, they do the driveways, it ain't gonna take no time for the asphalt, go back. So I just wanna get it going now if possible, see how the board feel about it, so in that way, once they finish it, they don't have to stop the project, can continue going with the upgrade.
Okay, so the funds that you all gonna have left on that project, you asking can you do
It's
some
federal funds, you gotta be sent back and used.
To use it instead of lose it.
Yeah.
You said you're gonna have funds there?
There's gonna be some funds.
There gonna be some.
You sure?
Yes,
Is
yes.
it gonna be enough to
I'm
do
sure.
what he's
Yeah.
asking?
It's gonna be
Okay,
more
so
than enough.
your price is, okay, good.
So there's gonna be more than enough, we need to find something else to do too?
But it got to be,
I have to see what's up.
Within the scope of what we doing now?
yeah,
Had to be within the limits of the current project.
yeah.
Ms. Angela, why did they?
Hold on, we got to recognize. Is it something pertaining to?
The roads on Morgantown.
Roads, okay.
I was wondering why they
Get
do.
up, we need your name, need to state your name and your address.
Okay, my name is Deanna Fleming. I'm at 201 B Watts Avenue in Maryland Heights. But I was just wondering why they do some of the road. Because the beginning of the road is still bad.
Let's work on that now.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
We gonna make sure everybody be able to come to your job when you get some more
Yes,
customers.
so they I appreciate it. Thank you.
But I just wanted to bring that to the attention of the board. Because George, you can explain it to them a little more if they need it when we went out there. So the whole thing that they had, we would probably have right at north of $1 million after the project finished. And after having a conference out there, they was trying to make sure, can we do any upgrades to Morgantown Road? But they said after going back through the state, we was gonna try to fix the rest, and they said we gotta have it within this first limit. So I'm just saying, a guardrail, make sure that, that area right there, it's secured pretty good. We didn't have to worry about 10 years later, the water running, because we put the new drains and coming to the road. We had funds, and I just wanted to bring it before the board, let them know, and told the engineer I would ask him about it. So if we don't use it, it automatically goes back, because we cannot use it for any other thing, because it's federal money used strictly for that, or either we lose.
gonna put a guardrail and rocket, the floatable field between the rocks.
Attorney, do we need a motion
We
for
need a
that?
motion.
No, we don't need a motion.
So I would like to give me authorization to secure quote the pricing.
We have to do that.
Who's
You heard
gonna
the request?
so moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines and a second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed, ayes have the motion carried.
And I think we do need to just inform the city also.
Let me ask a question. Let me ask a question.
Go ahead, Supervisor Gray.
Where they stopped the first project,
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you aware, but when it rained, right before you get to Dixie, in front of that building right there is a puddle, a water puddle right there. And I don't know how they're gonna address it, but something needs to happen, because, last week, some guy came through there, he didn't hit that puddle, but his car ended up over in the ditch on Morgantown Road. It was raining pretty good, I ain't saying who fault it was, but kind of spin and went backwards off into that ditch. My concern is somebody coming down Morgantown Road, and they got that puddle right there on the road. It need to be kind of addressed. You know what I'm talking about?
We can look at options. I know that one.
I think we looked at it once.
We looked at one before and asked him about they would allow us to use money from this project to fix next city loan. So that's a little bit of.
Thank you.
You have anything else?
That's all I have unless there are any questions.
All right, anybody have any other questions for him?
Burke Road.
So right now, I got everything that say they, just waiting on them to request the money from, and, I had a conversation, including my conversation with the district engineer on Thursday. He's gonna reach out and try to see what needs to be done in order to put that money over for the project. Currently, the money is sitting with MDOT, and say they will have to, now, one thing we did do is I did submit the right-of-way certification, MDOT is gonna do that. I did it, Ms. Brandon Lewis, she approved it, and got it sent back over to MDOT, so. We're still waiting on MDOT to do that final approval, and the district engineer said he's gonna see what else needs to be done for that money.
Would you mind following up?
Yeah, we'll do that.
And copy me, please.
I will.
Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate that.
And I'm not sure if I did last time, I wanna make sure, we did the reimbursements last time, I wanna make sure we get authorization of our board president to sign, I wanna make sure.
You heard the request, can I get a motion?
Mm.
Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines, can I get a second? Who second? Second by Supervisor Middleton, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed, ayes have the motion carried.
And that was reimbursed by teacher over previously, I just wanna make sure.
That was a good authorization. All right, thank you.
Come on, boy.
Come on.
I have a few things. Mr. Need's not here, so that's
Is that for the,
the loader.
yeah, I got it.
You got that? Okay. You want to take care of that? Or-
Yeah, I can. So, we put bids out for a new, multi-purpose bucket. It's a
Yes, ma'am, we're loader.
wheel loader, okay. We got two, one from Stripling, 181, 490 and 51 cents. 36 months with a buyback of 125,000. And then we have Puckett with a purchase price of 222,143 and 1 cent. 36 month buyback, $132,000. Yeah, recommend the first one.
Is that Strickland?
Strickland.
Yes.
So moved.
Yeah.
First, got a motion by Supervisor Middleton and second by Supervisor Gaines, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed, the ayes have the motion carried. Somebody who signed?
No, I gotta get that.
Yeah, for the minutes, I just told them we needed one more document. Denise's not here, that's why she was giving that report.
The next thing I have is, new hires. The first one will be over King, be a grass cutter labor. Pay will be $32,240.
Okay. Go ahead.
The second one I have is Dakota Michael. His pay is the same, he's a grass cutter labor. The next one I have is John Dix. He's a CDL truck driver. His will start at the same, but after 6 months, he'll go over a little more than the other two. After 6 months, with CDL.
Okay.
Okay, the next one I have is Oscar Cypher. He will be filling Mr. Bacon's spot at Foster Mountain Convenience Station. He is, 32,240.
This a rehire?
Yeah, Oscar worked at the dump in Kingston for 9 years and left and moved to Alabama, left on good understanding. He left and moved to Alabama.
Okay.
And he's been back, a couple of years.
Okay.
But he worked at Kingston at the convenience station there for 9 years.
Okay.
Okay. That's all full time, and I've got 2 part-times to start back in, July 1st, which
Okay.
started one will be Sammy Gaines, and the other will be Walter Jones, both equipment operators.
They're already in the system, aren't they?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
They've
they're
both
already in
been
the
working
system.
part-time, but they have to stop and come back. They can't work with someone else, so they start back in July 1st.
Certainly,
Yeah,
man.
I know. That's why I said, I thought they had already.
Yeah.
And so, one thing, excuse me, one thing we did get, I talked to Steve Gray about on the coast. After July 1st, they can come back 30 days instead of 90 days, and they also can work up to 80% of their time instead of 50% of their time. Now, with it, and that was one thing.
So
I'm sure.
Yeah, that's what,
Yeah.
they can work 80%.
But be sure, get it in writing,
Yeah.
because we hearing 2 different sides, but one side say it's for the educators, and now the other side say it's for whoever. So we need to get it in writing to make sure, because I don't want nobody to violate and get cut off from what they own, because they're working too much.
Hey, go, but you can do it. Steve checked it and he showed the law and everything. We talked, you were supposed to bring it up in the car. But if you would, Scott,
Make sure you get that right, because when I called them, they told me it was just for educators. And that's when I also talked to PERS in regards to that, and they told me it was just educators. So make sure you get that in writing. Yeah. I checked on that. I'm gonna get a motion for all these and pending legal review on that one.
You gotta do 2 of them.
There's 2 of them, Sammy Gaines and Walter Jones.
So,
I guess we will check on that, but I don't think you need those 2 pays and loose because they're already at that rate.
yeah, they already at this rate?
They're already at that
They're
rate.
already
So
at
why
that
would
rate.
we even-
They start July
So
1st. They
you-
have to come back and restart it July 1st. They've been off because their time had used all the
Okay.
time from last year, so I just bring it back every July to start them back up. That's when they start back July 1st. every
Well, you
time.
still don't have to do pending that we get that review.
I mean,
Well, they can work.
They can work.
You know,
Yeah, they can,
now,
I'm not talking
but it's
about
not-
that. For the
we can
work.
do a mailing machine.
Yeah, we talking about the fund, the money.
No. We was talking about the 50 and 80%, right?
Right,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So even if something happened, they still gonna come back and work their 50%.
yeah,
If they turn
yeah,
around
we
with 80%.
know that,
Yeah.
yeah, we know that, that's, yeah.
Okay.
That's all I have.
So
I just got a motion by Supervisor Wilson, second. Second by Supervisor Gaines, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, anybody have anything for Robert? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, board, how y'all doing?
Good morning.
I'm up to just to give a report on the balance, $6,372. And there's the, full deposit report.
Excuse me, hold on, you give me some, okay.
Director of School, and I am giving you all a report on the balance, $6,372.
Okay. And that's for the month of,
Yes, ma'am.
June?
June, yes, June up into the second of July.
Okay.
Let's see, any questions, concerns for me?
for her? Any questions? How did it go over the weekend, the full weekend? Was it a good turnout?
Oh, okay, so before, it was, okay. So we did pretty well before. And then, and then Sunday, we didn't have a lot of people over there, so.
Thank you.
Ms. Angela, I'm beyond understanding. Can I make a report? I mean, I want to ask a question about the pool.
Okay. We're gonna put it on public comment.
Wait, is it dealing with personnel?
Anything?
What was dealing with something dealing with the pool?
Is it dealing with somebody that worked there?
Yes. Okay.
Go
Okay, we're gonna.
talk to him and find out, can you get up there? Because it might have to be behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Scott, check and see what she needs.
There was also, I understand that, yes, Supervisor Gray. There was also a question about a bank bag and
A night drop.
doing night drops and so forth for the pool, that we need board approval to have that set.
I'm not sure. She had brought that up to Shaki, but then she never reached out to me about it, so I'm gonna try to reach her. She's looking on it.
Does they collect money on weekends or?
Instead of holding the money all weekend because the bank's closed, they were asking for a night drop bag for, I guess, nights and weekends. So, if that's something-
Do y'all need her back?
Yeah. Is she there? Yes, please.
Mr. Scott, maybe step out while you.
Yes, ma'am, hold on
waiting
a
the-
second.
Okay.
We'll just take 10 seconds and then.
And they mentioned something about you were needing a night drop bank bag.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because we'll have to get board approval for that. I just didn't know if that was something you were still needing. Shaki mentioned it to me.
We do need.
Okay, so I emailed the bank to find out what they need, but I do believe that does require board approval because they always want a motion on the minutes with the bank, or excuse me, with the board authorizes that on behalf of whatever account, so.
Okay. So you heard the request?
So moved.
A motion by Supervisor Wilson, can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Supervisor Gaines, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the ayes have it, motion carried.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a nice day.
All right.
Share.
I was gonna say, I have one more item that I need, that the meeting had that I need to handle.
What's that?
I have one more item that the meeting had that I need to handle.
Okay.
Okay.
One of the most popular guys in Adams County.
Don't know about that. Just a quick update, it's been a busy week, doing good. We've been challenged by a lot of things. We've been challenged by weather, we've been challenged by maintenance, issues with the airline, airport. We haven't faltered. We're running a course. Thanks to Sheriff, he had a late night last night out there. We got a maintenance delay, blown tire. So, Sheriff's been doing great. AMR, Tim and his guys are helping out. We're gonna look at ways to reduce their overtime. I think they've been overstaffing a little bit, no fault of their own, but everything is going good. Friday at 11, we'll be awarding the free flight certificate to a young lady out there at 11 o'clock. And so we'll present that on Friday. But other than that, things are going well. Some lessons learned, who has access to what doors and things about that. But It's all wrapping up, we're on our punch list, and we should be good to go.
Don't forget to ask about the grant, permission to get the grant.
What's that?
Permission to go after the grant.
Oh, yes, we gotta get a permission to go out to the GAR to get reimbursement. I'll let you explain the grant.
Yeah, there's a grant out there that the government put back in place through Air Terror. And what they do is they reimburse the counties up to $25 an hour for security services provided out there. But you have a 21-day window to go get it blessed. You have a 21-day window to submit for that grant. So we're asking for permission from the board to go after that grant because it's a very short window to get it.
What is
So
it?
they have to pay up to $25 an hour back for security services provided to the airport.
Second.
Got a motion by Supervisor Middleton and a second by Supervisor
Yes.
Wilson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? Ayes have it, motion carried.
No, it's the name of the grant.
Yeah, so we'll get ourselves a grant, we'll start working on that and get that knocked out. 'Cause that, I don't know if it'll cover everything, but it's a big.
Did we ever get that contract straight?
It was after talking to Scott and the county administrator, they said that by law, you couldn't do it the other way because the board was dissolved. So,
Yeah.
anyway, so we good now, we straight.
Yes, Scott brought it
Any questions for me?
up. No.
All right.
It was a
Looking
great
for-
day.
Good old buy some tickets now.
That was a great day.
Appreciate your hard work.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You're with everybody out there.
Congratulations.
Big success.
Thanks, I appreciate it, appreciate your support.
All right, thank you. Anything else?
Yeah, me. It has been a long, couple of days for me, for sure. I'm glad to see you all doing well today. Our life has been extremely busy, from manhunts down in Wilson County to search and rescue efforts for the missing young man. We praying for Darren Sherman Jr. and his family to everything else that's went on in the airport. So in ACSO, we have it wide open, but I gotta give it to those guys in the National Police Department for a job well done. I know people are acting off emotions, and I see they're calling out leaders all over the community for what we could have done, but the reality is those are grown people who made grown men and women choices.
Calling out who?
They're calling out elected officials all over about what we're not doing, so I'm not even on that. I'm on. Yeah, well, what I'm saying about that though is, and I tell everybody that because I see them calling out certain things, but don't be fooled. Those are isolated incidents, and those are not random shootings. The people who shot, the individuals that they shot, meant to shoot them. And I'm not trying to be insensitive, but I don't want this negative narrative out there like Natchez is going to hell in half. Excuse my French. That is not the case. That is not what it is. I've seen both videos of both incidents, and I'm limited in what I can say. But I can say this: I'm glad no innocent bystanders were hit, and they certainly want to be targeted. The individuals who were deceased, I risked their souls. That's what those people meant to do to them, because of whatever choices were made prior to that. And that's what people have to understand. When people decide to take life, those decisions are made way before that incident come forward. That's in your upbringing, that's in your environment, that's in how you choose to live your lifestyle. We as first responders and leaders in this community we can try to do things to prevent, and that's what we do need to focus on, is on prevention. But the reality is, when you make a choice, you make that choice right then and there. We can't be everywhere at one time. We can show up once you call, and even with the situation down there in Centerville, like all those people got shot. People don't realize nobody ever called 911. Ever. Now here, that did happen. The hospitals and people did call here. But I just don't want that narrative running wild out there, like, oh, Natchez is just gone south. That is not the case. That is not the community that we are. Law enforcement, first responders work hard in this community to do everything we can on the preventive side, but we can't do this alone. The mayors can't do this alone, and I see people bashing the judges, and I'm gonna tell you, you better pay attention to what these judges have been doing with everybody who's picked up the gun lately. Everybody who's picked up the gun and decided to take somebody's life, either get no bond or a bond so high they can't make it. And then when if they get found guilty, they get 40. So I'm saying that publicly so people will learn. I know you're emotional, but the reality is the people who you have in place are doing their job. They are being effective. But we need other things that happen too. Mental health is real. People have gotten to the point now where they simply just don't value life. If you going somewhere and thinking you're gonna fist fight somebody, you've already lost. You've already lost.
That's right.
And that's the reality of what we're seeing out there. That's what we're up against. So if the community wanna do something, I'm all for doing something. I ain't talking about no stop the violence marches of that. Let's get real about it and get on the prevention side of things and teach people how to love one another again. Because that's what you don't have right now.
Yes,
No love, no care for their life or the life they're taking. I'm sorry to get on that rant, but that's where it's at. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get to the business at hand. I do have trash reports. We picked up a lot of trash last month. And I'm gonna start there since there's so many other things that we have to do. Give me 1 second, let me find this report here. If I'm not mistaken, it was like 500 and some bags of trash we picked up for the month of June. Here it is right here. District 1, I don't know, which one of y'all district is District 1?
Me.
You? Man, you gotta talk to your constituents. We
I
picked
bet
up,
you I know where 50 of the bags came from.
we picked up 345 bags in District 1. You should probably didn't know where 50 of them came from, though, I'm sure you do.
You said 50, you still got a lot of trash out there still, with money.
District 1.
50 of them were. And I bet if you went back the next day, you could get another 50.
Yeah, I can tell you where they were too, because I'm looking at the list of the roads we picked them up on. But District 1, we picked up 345 bags in District 1 by itself. District 2, we had to focus a lot on District 1 that month. But District 2, 49 bags. District 3, 22 bags. District 4, 58 bags. District 5, 62 bags, for a total of 536 bags of trash being picked up throughout the county for the month of June. And that's still in between moving people, trying to help this, cutting grass and everything else that we do. And people don't understand that we only have 2 crews for the highway guys. We have one for the highways and one for the county roads. And those guys work their butt off. So I'm proud of what they doing, but I know people be calling. I know Supervisor Gaines get that call every week like I do, but we do what we can.
I'm already on this phone.
I already know.
Track one picked up.
I do have one new hire, Madam President of the board, and let's see here. It's gonna be Proctor. Do you have that up here?
What's that?
Jacob Proctor. Jacob Proctor. You supposed to have, but you may not have it. Now I'm looking at this, so I don't know. You don't? That sucks. That was supposed to be here.
Can you
Did she?
get
I
my
have it right here. I have it, but it's not signed.
Right there.
I
You
guess
should
not.
approve.
Okay.
Upstairs.
All right, it's Jacob Proctor. This is
That's
one.
on the highway.
This the only one. 1681 an hour. He's a new recruit.
Okay, I'm asking for this, the request is to approve of the pending, signing. Can I get a motion? Got a motion by Supervisor Wilson, can I get a second? Second by Supervisor Middleton, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed, ayes have it, motion carried.
And I do have one pay change. This is something the board has always done when they reach 2 years. Is Corporal Cornelia Jones. Now the pay rate is wrong on there, so I fixed it.
The pay rate is wrong?
It's wrong. The pay rate should be $20.83, not what you have on that paper. So,
So you gotta get that signed also?
no, it's already signed.
It's already signed?
She signed it already, so I just need to get.
Okay.
Make sure.
Yeah, she, huh?
Pay rate's gotta be right.
I did, I got it right on this one. I got it on this one. Yeah, that one, you can disregard that one, that's the right one.
You heard the request, can I get a motion?
Yeah.
Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines, can I get a second? Second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
I just want to make the board aware of some issues we've had next door. The maintenance, Mr. Johnny is working hard and diligently with whatever companies he's working with, but our elevator's been down for 2 weeks. Our air conditioner is out at the door. It's been, I don't know, it's been about 30 days and it's hot in there because you know the jail don't have windows that you can let up or open is sealed. And our washer, our commercial washer has went down as well, so we limit. So if I'm not mistaken though, I think when Captain Nichols came over, he told me that the elevator people supposed to be here next week, and with the air conditioner, I don't know what we're gonna do because coils, it's the issues with coils again, and I know y'all just replaced those coils, I believe, last year. And now we're in that position again with everybody next door is burning up over there. So,
What's wrong with coils?
I don't know. I have no clue, because they just replaced them last year, so I don't.
Johnny said it was the cooling unit part of it.
He said what?
Cooling unit, I believe is how we described it.
Condensers?
I think so. So he's diligently working on it, and I think detention has air issues too.
Yeah, it's hot. It feels like heat on over there right now, so my people are trying to invest the stuff through it. I'm rotating them out as much as I can, just trying to, just trying to keep it cool, because the air go out over there, it's probably shit.
Those folks in jail aren't gonna wanna come back.
Yeah, all right. The folks that's working there don't wanna come back. After my that we have over there.
I hate it for them.
Look, the folks in jail, look, they got the coolest spot in the building, because the way that system is designed, every space is an individual cooling mechanism. So like, the people upstairs are fine. All of us are the ones who are burning up and suffering over there right now. But that brings me to this point. I know y'all been busy with the airport and everything, but I really want to go ahead and push forward on this remediation if we can, because with that heat like that, that's going to intensify what's going on. It really, I know y'all approved for the remediation to be done, but I'm asking for the action. When we go ahead and get the company to do it.
I'm gonna take care of that.
Thank you so much, Missy. I appreciate you. One of the other things I wanted to talk to you all about was, we do what we do with the manpower and womanpower that we have. And I know Supervisor Gaines and Supervisor Gray, you all have asked me multiple times about LPRs. And I did look into it, and the most cost feasible one that works really well that I saw is Skycop. And I know we've been talking to the county administrator over there, and this is Con about it. But when I went to the conference, they agreed to, if we purchase 4 LPRs, they'll give us the 5th one for free, along with the service that, they give the service that you have to pay on as well, if we went on ahead and ordered it. And that's very important today, because I know y'all seen what happened with the triple homicide of Jackson. They caught those people because of the LPRs. And several other things have happened around us where people who are communities that are purchasing LPRs, they're able to communicate where and where to track those vehicles in real time. And right now, we're one of the few that don't, and you both have been asking about their hard hit. So, Miss, I know you've been super busy, and Jonelle, I know she emailed you.
Yes.
She emailed you about the money, move some money in our budget. And I would really like to move forward on purchasing these Skycop LPRs. That's not the guy that just left. I know, but these LPRs, I have the proposal here, if y'all want to look at it. I know you already seen it, but they run about $2,200 for the equipment, and then the LPRs themselves run $2,180 a year. So each year, the cost for us will be just $87.80 each year. Now that's the startup cost, including everything, will be $13,080, which we have in our budget already. I just need approval to have some money moved around. I know Missy's been working on that. But I would like to go ahead and get these if we can, because that's a game changer when you don't have the manpower. I'm not complaining about the manpower, but seeing what we're seeing, we need instant eyes. Those cameras, people's personal cameras and security cameras really help both agencies big time in these last 2 cases. But this here, you're talking about prevention, this will let us know when they're coming. This is not something that's gonna issue tickets to anybody or anything like that. It's strictly for us to use to track the people that we're trying to track. Not try to invade anybody's privacy, but for the purpose this is what's helping Jackson solve as much as they're solving right now, so.
How many you asking for?
Well, if we purchase 4, they're gonna give us the 5th one for free, and they already ready to go. And so if the board agrees to it, like I say, it's $13,080, and that's the LPRs themselves, and the service, for the technology side of it. And next year, it'll only be $87.80, if I'm not mistaken on the numbers, because you won't pay for the equipment no more, because it's yours. You own it. It's not a lease, you own it.
Yeah.
And you can
What kind of guarantee do they have? I mean, the camera's not gonna go out, or?
They got a warranty on it.
They do have a warranty?
Yeah, they have the warranty. I had to read back through here and get you the warranty on it. I think it's a 2-year warranty, if I'm not mistaken.
And it's $2,000 a year per camera?
Yep. There's different levels on the warranty now. I'll let y'all look through this too. I'll pass it around so y'all can look through it.
Oh, yeah, there's some, I can move some money around. He's got
And his budget, he got some money too. I don't have no problem, that's what he
Y'all wanna look? Y'all been asking me about that. You two specifically have been asking me, and I haven't doing my homework on, but that's the most feasible one that I've seen. I've seen them up in the Delta, and I've seen them in Memphis and all those places where they use them at. I talked to those sheriffs and everybody who has them like them. There are no other hidden fees for them. That's what they like most about it. What you see on those numbers, that's your numbers. Lock in, and that's a discounted rate that they gave us because I never had come. Talk to them.
That's what we're doing, we're waiting them out, we want to get the best deal.
That's
You need a motion?
Yeah,
So moved.
So he said to, got money to move around. Got a motion by Supervisor Wilson and a second by Supervisor Gaines, any discussion?
Might need to refer to Deneen to make sure it's purchased correctly and all that.
Oh, yeah.
We have the sole source letters and all that.
Have you even spoke with her in regards to these?
I hadn't spoken with the name, we can, but I've already gotten the sole source letters and everything for where everything I know she's gonna need, we had it.
Yes, so.
But y'all do what y'all need to do.
Yeah.
She's gonna be back tomorrow.
Okay.
So,
She just taking
we're gonna make a motion
And
pending.
then, yeah, or review.
I'll make my second pending.
Honestly, all you have to do is amend the budget to find out where he's gonna draw from, and it goes to purchasing like anything else, as long as he gets an objective to pull from.
Oh,
Well, let me ask a question about the budget. That's what I'm asking, about his budget. He's not over his budget, is he?
No.
I ain't over budget, I'm nowhere near over budget.
Well, you know, Sheriff, at this particular time, we ask people to don't spend money out of the budget.
I know.
Right.
You saved the lives with this one though, that's why I'm asking.
That's already gone out too, about the spending. But it's within his budget, so it won't be like yeah, we're trying to preserve.
I know.
And so we did it pending.
Yeah.
Right.
We did it, we deferred it to purchasing.
Right, right.
Okay, so I need.
And that's a motion by Supervisor
Deferred to
Wilson.
purchasing.
Yeah, and second by Supervisor Gaines, any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed, ayes have it, motion carried.
Sure y'all get that language right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in there.
Keep the language for the next time I'm about to ask about.
Over there ain't giving no money.
But it's in the
Sheriff's
budget.
time's there.
It's in the budget though, I promise you, it's there, we've already looked and we've had budget meetings, so we know it's there. We just have to get it moved around a little bit. But I don't know if you all been paying attention to Project Lifesaver, I met them a couple of years ago, but they launched it over in Louisiana, and we definitely need to launch that here as well. And what Project Lifesaver is pretty much like almost a GPS tracking system that you can put on people who have like autism, dementia, Alzheimer's, and things of that nature. And it'll let us track them to the T if they choose to become a part of the program. Concordia Parish Sheriff Office just did it, and I think it's called Pieces of Blue, that the Chandler Russ, that's the lady's name, is Chandler Russ, not Chandler with Nancy's name. She's heading that up over there, and this is something that I've definitely been looking at for 2 years, so I was glad to see them break it down. But, and I have some stuff you all look over if you want to look at it, but Project Lifesaver is something I definitely want to see brought to Adams County. like we had those people with autism missing down there, and we had to go deep in the woods and find them. If we'd have had his, we'd have found them within minutes. We would have found them within minutes. And what Pieces of Blue does is they'll come in and be like grants to give people the braces for this Project Lifesaver. But we have to purchase the equipment for Project Lifesaver. So, Missy, you know, we've been digging. I know we sent you some line items and some numbers, and there is no additional yearly cost with this. It's just a one-time purchase fee. If I'm not mistaken, I got so many papers in this. I think it's $5,170 for the equipment. And Project Blue Pieces come in and help the people get the braces. So we have the money in the budget, we just had to move it around. And I'm asking for the board to approve this, because this, where it took us hours and days to find some of these people, with this here, we can find them probably in minutes.
Yeah, it's another purchasing, because that breaks the $170.
Yeah, it breaks it, I know, but I'm actually use that same language you just used.
That breaks the
Refer it to purchasing. And I ain't asking the board for no additional money, but we have it, still been out there, so. That's a game changer though.
We have time to refer to purchasing and bring it back up next meeting.
It's legal. We support it,
Yeah.
but we gotta stay legal.
I want y'all to stay legal. I want to be legal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I want to be legal, so.
But then, you know, that's what I always said, you know, that we go through those proper channels, we wanna be able to approve stuff to help our community, but we just gotta stay legal with it.
Hey, do it the legal way. I just really want this community to participate in it. I've seen that work up north. I've seen it so many places that I've been to on major conferences. And that equipment is like native sonars, which is like, it's almost like native sonar. And they hung braces in trees, and the officers who've been trained on this equipment, and they find those small transmitters this small in large areas without having a clue what it is.
You can get it from my keys.
Yes, you can get it for whatever you want to get it for, but the target audience, of course, is people with autism, dementia, and Alzheimer's. But people, you know, they need to do that. So that's all I have, though, board. I appreciate you all. Let y'all have any questions for me.
Yeah, well.
We need a motion for refer to purchasing.
Okay.
A motion by Supervisor Gaines and a second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, ayes have it, motion carried.
I will say, Sheriff, thank you. You know, I know it's a tough job. I'm telling you, I know it's a tough job, and for deal with those scenes and stuff like that, people don't understand, you know. And I know people be in emotions and feeling some kind of way, but you know, I know y'all do the best you can. It's hard, you know. I know, and I've kind of seen some of the stuff they say community leader, but at 5:30 in the morning, some random people get into it and something happened right there. It could have actually happened at somebody's personal house if they was doing that, the incident yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What we do what I do, and you see what the rest of this board do, when you bring us something to us, we support our local law enforcement, because we are, as community leaders, you are the law enforcement part of this, and it's important that we support you in what you do and making your efforts. I just want to say thank you, and thank you for you and your team, and you know, my prayers go out to y'all, because I know y'all see some stuff that some of those folks will never forget a day in their life.
You know, and
I've been there.
And the reality is you cannot be everywhere at once. Between the city of Natchez and the county of Adams, we have almost 30,000 people in this community. And in every given time, you're gonna have maybe 4 deputies working or higher community control. Now you tell me, you look at those numbers, how can you be everywhere?
You can't stop. You understand what's going on, you cannot stop. It's just emotions
and that stuff builds up over time, and these created. When you talk to an educator, they tell you they know the direction a child's life is going to go for 3rd grade. And when I talk to these educators and over years, I've seen they have been very accurate in determining who's going to be successful and who's not, because they're looking at the characteristics of these kids young. So when people want to point fingers, strong, look in the mirror.
I mean,
It's
kids,
sales.
that's
You
right.
know what I'm
It's
saying?
how
To
you
see
raise, and then
what
it's how
works.
you raise too.
And you can raise your child to be the most upstanding person.
It still can
But at
happen.
the end of the
It still
day,
can happen.
they still gonna go out and they still gonna have to make decisions for themselves. And I tell people all the time, I tell my own people all the time, you have the right to choose, but what you don't have the right to do is choose the consequences that follow with it. And that's what you've seen, these last couple of days. People made conscious decisions to do or be part of whatever they chose to be a part of. But they couldn't control the aftermath of what happened once they made those decisions. And it's very unfortunate. It is. Thank you all. I appreciate y'all's support. Thank y'all.
All right, public comments. Do we have any public comments? So is hers gonna be?
Is that personnel?
Okay,
She has something else
okay.
you wanna talk about? You just stand up
Just
and.
saying, yeah, to the mic.
You say go to this mic. Okay. Excuse me, baby.
Give your name and address.
Okay. I'm Deanna Clooney at 201 B Watts Avenue here in Mississippi. Okay. I was saying about the cameras over by the Exxon store by UMB Bank. I had an accident on October 25th and 25. But the cameras, none of the cameras are working. The cameras at the store is not working. The camera at the bank is not working. Over at the stores, those cameras are not working. It's cameras on poles by UMB. They're not working. I mean, somebody hit my car in front of my house. The camera in my yard for Maryland Heights is not working. I'm just saying, some of these cameras around here, they need to be working. They need to be working because I have, my leg is short right now because of a wreck. And I had no witnesses, no proof of my wreck because the cameras, I have no footage.
Yeah.
If you're talking about, I think I know what you're referring to. Some of those cameras might be in-dot cameras, but I'm not sure specifically what camera you're referring to.
You at, I'm on Highway 61 North.
But see, what I was gonna tell you about the in-dot cameras, they don't record. They are strictly for them to pull up and watch a live feed. Those cameras don't record. Now, the cameras on the bank, I can't speak about those, but the ones she's talking about, those are in-dot cameras for them to watch live feed on it. They do not record anything. Now, as far as Maryland Heights though, that's a private entity. And they do have.
That's housing.
That's housing authority.
Yeah, that's like that store. The store is private property, so I had.
But Ms. Fleming, you need to talk to the city.
Okay.
Because they appoint people to the housing authority board, and I thought at one time those cameras were supposed to be working, so if they're not working, you need to report it to the city where, maybe they can check and
City
find out
meaning
what's going
who?
on.
When you say
City of
city?
Natchez.
Sit up now.
Okay.
Board of Alderman, Mayor, Board of Alderman.
Okay.
And I tell you what, you probably can talk that Ben is your alderman, right? Is Ben once you speak with Ben,
Is it Frazier?
is it Joe?
Yeah.
Okay, make it Joe
It
Frazier.
might be.
Yeah, make it Joe Frazier, okay. Once you speak with him, first, and then let him kind of or whatever, or make contact with him, he needs to make contact with.
I
You know, it'd be bad.
called the house for about
Okay.
and they had a service request that been in for quite some time to fix them. And the repair company had not come back to fix them because I need them too. We need them.
And my other comments, I'll just wait until the next meeting. For my other comments. No.
All right, that's all you have?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you all.
Mr. Braswell?
Yeah, I have a question. I was trying to find out, are y'all gonna be, publicizing the opening of the bids of the DHS bid that came in this past week? Are you gonna give the results or not?
We're gonna take them under advisement.
Okay. She's taking them under
We're gonna,
advisement.
we're gonna get the result.
Sir,
She said she's taking them
We're
under
gonna take them under
advisement.
advisement.
do you have a bid recap of who all turned in bids and the amount?
You're gonna announce what they are. Who took them over.
Okay, yeah, I'm not getting excited.
And whoever turned in bids that didn't get their envelope also opened on request.
What?
The ones that
Yeah,
are
see it?
There were some bids that were submitted that were not open, the day of the bid opening.
They weren't open because they did not have their certification on the front of the envelope.
So I'm gonna ask for the companies or people that turned in a bid, that didn't get their bid open, I want another name. You have to comply with the law.
Well, then she
That's
just
all.
said something about they didn't have their certification, their information on the front.
Right.
It requires them to open them.
It also, I'd like to know that public information as to who turned in a bid. Because it's illegal to turn in a bid if you're not licensed.
It didn't say they weren't licensed.
Ma'am?
They didn't have their certificate.
He doesn't
number on
know
the
who they
envelope.
are. So if they weren't licensed, is what he's saying.
I turned in a letter at last, this one was my second bid to turn into the county. And I did turn into the county a letter describing all this with all the statutes. And I'm still inquiring. The bidder turns in a bid to the county that's over $50,000. And he does not have a certificate of responsibility on the outside of the envelope. That entity, contractor, person committed an unlawful act. I want to know who they are. I'm complying with the law, and I don't know what else to do. I've asked the questions, but I haven't been given
Okay, let me ask you a
the
question.
answers.
Let me ask you a question. Further, what he's talking about, excuse me, if somebody turn a bid and they don't have that information on the outside like it's supposed to, then you don't,
That's
you just
rejected.
set that aside, we don't even deal with
We
that,
don't-
right?
right.
Correct, you're not supposed to open up a
We
bid.
don't even deal with that.
Certificate of responsibility is on the envelope.
So if it's not what it's supposed to be, we don't even open that, we don't even deal with that because they don't have the right qualification on it from the start.
You're correct. Now I'll ask this question. I was at the bid opening, and I'm one of the bidders. I am an apparent low bidder. What I did find out was, one of the envelopes did not contain the certificate of responsibility on the outside of the envelope. It was still open and read aloud. I made an objection at that time. Was there a certificate of responsibility? And there was some discussion, and I was told that I was difficult. I'm just wishing to comply with the law, as I wish my competition also to be.
Let me ask you this question. When were the bid open?
Wednesday.
When?
Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Mhm.
Okay.
Where?
What, here? That's what, here? Okay. Shouldn't that, Alexis Scott, should those bid openings came before the board? They do not have to come before the board?
The public bids are just opened in a place that makes you see that it was complied with, that everything's commercially
Okay.
competitive.
Okay.
And you bring those bids after they've been opened before the board. Some projects we actually open before the board, and typically the bigger road projects,
Yeah.
because or the, the air,
Okay.
taxiway, all of that.
So you.
But no, they just have to be opened in public, read out loud so that you know what they are, so that there's no switcheroo going on, and then they take them under advisement, and the board ultimately can approve them or not. We don't have to accept a bid, even if he's the lowest and best bidder. None of the bids have to be accepted. The project doesn't have to go forward, depending on, the
Miss,
number of bids.
you, Janine, was present during the bid open, right? Okay, so that's all you could be present. The bids that did not have the certificate.
She
you
did
said
open,
you
she did open one of them, but I will say that Mr. Braswell got here at 10:15, and she was very nervous, and she was not on her A game. He made her very uncomfortable.
Okay, all right,
So it was an honest mistake.
okay, all right.
So, Madam President, let me say this. To make it real easy, if we got stuff like that going on, why we just open it at the board meeting? That ain't gonna happen at the board meeting,
Yeah.
making people feel uncomfortable. I don't know what happened, I wasn't there, I'm just going by what I heard. So, why don't we just open it at the board meeting?
Maybe certain dates and.
Well, I mean, that's, you can, it's just we don't because of trying to get things moving on the board.
Yeah.
Well, in the past, we hadn't had this problem, now that is a problem, I'm just trying to put out a solution. And it won't be a problem if you open it at the board meeting.
Call a meeting next time and let's do a call meeting and just do it then. For being no, yes, or the next schedule meeting. Well, depending on how it ran, if it ran on a Wednesday, then it has to be open, you know, your advertising, it runs it on that day.
It's advertised,
That's
it'll be
to
on a
be
meeting
open
day.
at what you call.
So how many bids do you have to open that are legal? Are you
Three out of five.
Are you gonna read them to us?
We don't need to-
Or was that not what you were gonna do?
He asked what they are, and you're free to tell them what they are, it's public information. We have nothing to hide as to what's happened. If they-
So the one that was opened illegally is wrong.
It's not.
Yeah, that's done.
There's two that did not have their certificate of responsibility number on top of the envelope.
So, yeah.
You don't consider them, not supposed to open them, and you proceed with the ones that
And you
are
were,
done.
and you was present when this happened, were you
Oh,
present?
yeah, he was here.
Yes,
Okay,
and
so-
I'll say also, I was quiet until the bid that did not have the certificate of responsibility written on the outside. I was quiet until that bid was open and read out aloud in front of everyone there at the meeting. And only at that time did I object and say, was there a certificate of responsibility on the outside of the envelope? To which I was responded, showing an envelope, I said, I can't see that. Miss Mitzi came in after, to my backside, I stood up and to address her, talking just like I was talking in that meeting. I objected to it. It's unlawful to do that. Can't do it, even as a county person and the bidder. Both people are committed to an illegal act.
Let's see.
Or break the law if you'd like
Don't
to.
do it. He was rude, he was disruptive, and he,
But just go ahead and read them out, what you have.
That's kind of really.
For full disclosure, we need to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, just go ahead.
We got jail interiors construction certificate 18994 SC. That's for $92,755.
And who was that, Scotch?
JL Interiors Construction. I don't know. It just has certificate of responsibility.
it's Braswell.
There's no name on it, but it's 2648 MC. Is that yours, Mr. Braswell?
It is.
His was for $73,350.
And what was the name of the company?
Braswell.
Braswell Construction Company Incorporated.
This is Continental 09443 SC. For $85,600. So those are the three that were,
Had certificate numbers outside the envelope. That one just came in.
that one comes over.
Yeah, it's just.
There's also one envelope that was opened
Yeah,
and read out loud. It was the first one.
that's not it.
But
Who is
it's,
that?
It's not, because that's Delta. There's nothing in here about
oh, that's my computer. I'm sorry. No wonder you couldn't
I was
find
like, there's
anything.
nothing
I'm
in
sorry.
there. It doesn't have a name on it, and doesn't have, you know, a certificate of responsibility, so.
So
This is
that's-
Adams County Board of Supervisors, DHS flooring.
It was open, and it was read out aloud. So the person that submitted that bid is doing something illegal. The person that opened that bid is doing something illegal. It's in the law, I can order it to you. I sent it to the board the last time I was here.
Mr. Braswell.
Yes, sir.
This is not the first time we can have a situation like that before where somebody forget to put whatever they had to put on it. That don't make it illegal. It's a possibility they might forget. That's why they'll set aside, we don't deal with theirs, we deal with the ones that's in order. If it ain't in order, we don't deal with it. But this particular time, she made a mistake in opening it.
Exactly, and I appreciate your, saying to suggest to open all the bids up before the board in public. I appreciate it.
In the near future, that's what I'm gonna request, because, we don't want this to happen again.
I don't either, and this is only my second bid to ever give to the Adams County.
But it's just like the attorney explained to you, just because you got the lowest bid, that don't mean you gonna get the contract.
I didn't say anything about it.
Okay.
I'm just saying what were the bids and who bid it.
Okay.
Well, my thing
Thank
is,
you.
if he feel that something was done illegal and everything, and, that my thing is to throw them all out and rebid it.
Yeah, there
If he
should be
feel that
instructions. We need to make sure too, I'll talk to the name, instructions are probably done. State that you put your certificate of need.
It doesn't matter. If he
Well,
feel that
this is the
something's
second
done
bid,
illegal.
this has happened, this is the second time. First one I did make an objection. And to the specific example of putting your certificate of responsibility on the outside aisle, I brought this up last time. This is the second time we've brought it up. Why we're doing it the third time?
I mean, you in here saying something was done illegal, so let's throw them all out and do it the right way, if you feel that way. I mean, that's what you do. You said it was done illegal.
No, ma'am, I said the person that submitted that bid, as long as the other two, I wish their names also. When you turn a bid into a public office, you have to do that. It's mandated by law. Those two bidders, I want to know their names. I don't
Okay.
wish to be bidding against somebody that's not licensed. If I'm required to have a license,
Well,
I wish all my competitors.
we didn't even mess with the ones that did not have a license.
Y'all
What do you
can run
complain?
They could be licensed and not have the certificate, not have the number.
Right.
You have to, it's mandated by law. You have to.
It might be, but we don't control that at this point. When they turn it in, if somebody turns a bid into you that ain't on there, I mean, what are you gonna do? Press charges on them?
No, I'm not saying anything about that. I'm saying.
I'm just saying,
Well,
they can go on away and read it.
if that's the case, if they feel like something wrong, I'm gonna suggest that we throw them all out and rebid. That's my suggestion. And I'm gonna make a motion to it myself. That's a motion. Got a second? Any discussion?
All right, I got discussion about that, because now I'm concerned, everybody's played their hand.
That's
Well,
not playing in hand.
That's been in the first one, everybody played their hand.
I don't think so.
Everybody played it. All in favor,
Once you, everybody's exposed themselves, I think you're doing the wrong thing. I don't know legally where that stands, but it's like, okay, we open your bid, and now everybody knows who the lower bid is, and now everybody knows what to shoot for, or what to shoot under.
the first time.
And it was, while it'd be good for us, I don't think it's fair to the.
Legally, Mr. Attorney,
You were wanting to reject the bids because there was an opening of one that was illegal. You don't
so
have to
is there
accept it.
anything wrong with that?
I mean, it's a discretionary decision. Legally, you can accept his bid at him as the lowest bidder. You can take them under advisement, which was the recommendation, or you can reject the bids and put it out for bid. It's totally up to y'all.
So it can be legally done.
So,
Madam
Madam President, so you wanna take them under advisement?
That was
Yes,
what
that was
she
my
said.
recommendation. That's what you wanna do, take it
So
under
I'm gonna take
advisement.
my,
I'm
I'm
gonna take-
gonna withdraw my,
I
second.
drop it.
And just for the record, I don't know this man. I'm just saying, this is just the way I feel about it being fair.
And that's why it's a discretionary decision. It's a legal decision whether you take or not. Legally, it's not required to accept any of the bids at all.
Well, I was making that motion because
It is
he
a
felt like
discretionary
this was done illegally and one was open and everything and she had the lowest bid and then wanted.
I do have a question for the future.
I mean, I'm a fiduciary for the county, so I don't care about Mr. Madison.
I do have a question for the future. I've asked it before, I asked it the last time. If that certificate of responsibility is not outside the envelope, please disregard it and don't open it.
That's what we usually do.
That's what we do.
It
Yeah,
happened.
we would appreciate you pointing that out to
It
us,
happened the
because
first
it's
time,
something
and it's happened the second time. It happened both times.
that we certainly
So I was
appreciate
gonna
you
say,
doing
it's the
that.
second time it's happened.
In the near future, we gonna bring them right here.
That rig, I like that.
Yeah, we gonna bring them right
That's
here.
what the suggestion was to bring here, to open air bid and from the board.
I mean, if there's a problem, the only way you can have a solution is bring it right
Come to
here.
the board, right. So, make a motion to take it under advisement. Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines, can I get a second?
Second.
second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed, the ayes have it, motion carried. Any other public comments? Any other public comments?
Mr. Dunn, did you have something?
Yes, sir, I do have something.
Do I need to leave or?
No, you be there. I think I can handle what there.
Yes.
That road down yonder. and
Yeah,
that
give your
bridge,
name and your
that's
address.
Carl Gunn, 111 Burke Road.
All right, go ahead.
That bridge down there, y'all said y'all were gonna put a temporary bridge up. You got it up, y'all said you're gonna put a bridge. Y'all just finally cleaned the bridge off the other day, the old one. The debris just piled up. They finally come down last week. That thing been piled up all this time, and that water going across past back is done run her place. That road is a pond every time it rains. You ain't got no sides to it. You got borders on both sides of it where the motor graders done dug it down. The water can't get off of it. They're washing it out. I didn't want to, when y'all gonna do something with it? I mean, I'm not being ugly.
If you'd have been here about 20 minutes earlier, I asked the engineer that question. And, I mean, from what he's telling us, it should be ready for bid, I hope within 2 months.
I thought y'all had already had the bid it out.
Nope, waiting on the state.
Actually, what held it up all this time is the federal government.
Right away.
Right away. They did not want us to move any sand or dirt or anything off their right of way. But we finally got somebody that made a little sense, which is hard to do in the federal government, but we finally got our right of way. It was a temporary right of way for about 50 years or something, what was it?
Still a temporary, it's a 50-year right away or whatever to get it done.
Temporary right of way on what?
On the St. Catherine Creek Wildlife Refuge.
The same entity that gave us the grant gave us a hard time getting the right of way.
So we're gonna be good after we fix it for 50 years. But I don't know what's gonna happen after that. I don't think
We won't be here.
I don't think we'll be worried about
I
it.
don't think I'll be here when y'all get the bridge.
Every single meeting.
I think you will.
I hope I am, but I don't know.
I want you to make that a priority.
Every single meeting.
Every time one of them trees fall, that the other side of that bridge, all of them leaning over that road, and it done been 2-3 times, it done failed. The county come down at one time and cut the log out and put a strap on it, pulled it to the side, and didn't eat food with it no more. I don't understand the county on that, and they finally come down and got the debris the other day and got it out. I didn't see them, but I seen where they got it.
Mr. Don, me and Mr. Dollar rode down there 2 weeks ago and saw the debris on the bridge and put a work order in.
Well, that's been on there ever since y'all put the temporary bridge up, and it ain't never, I understand that.
There's nothing we can do. We don't have the equipment to remove that bridge. We don't have a piece of
I'm
equipment.
not talking about getting the debris off of it, because it's just like a boulder up there for the next flood.
Mr. Dunn, what took place in the last 50 years, you know, we've been able to clean that creek out all the way down through the refuge with a track over. We've done quite the refuge to shut us down from that. So now where it's silted in, as you said, the banks ain't high enough, so when them heavy rains come, it gets out of them banks, and that's where it is, down that road. So when they get through, we're gonna have to build the berms
If
up.
y'all had to come down there and pile that sand up on, like when you're coming out from down there, pile that sand all the way across there, dug it up and piled it, you could have made that water stay in that channel.
When they build that new bridge, we're gonna build a berm all the way on that old side where it can't go
Well,
down.
you could have built the berm up there with the sand in there.
But when it gets over on that bridge, it runs off that bridge down that road. So we need that bridge to be removed to do it, but I'm saying, we're going around and
But you
get that
took
bridge, not
that
moving it
sand
off.
all the way to that temporary bridge, you stopped there.
Then what happened? Well, something happened to temporary bridge, what's something happened to that temporary, how you gonna get out? We gotta get you back out on that other bridge.
This is bad shape mine.
Oh, but we gotta get you out somehow.
But that garbage y'all talked about a while ago, I have never seen people as trash as they are in this county. They throw it out everywhere. From that little store to over there, they just throw it right out in the middle of the road. And 9 out of 10 times that fella that I give you that ticket for, they had over $572 over here from sanitation department.
You talking about the trash that was dumped on Burke Road?
Yeah, that man right there, they dumped it, and lived on Montgomery Road, and he got 4 vehicles down there, and I'll bet you $500 he never paid a ticket, he gets his stuff picked up now.
Very sure. Sure.
That is
Sure,
sure.
also right there.
So,
I'm just telling you, Brad, fact. I guarantee you ain't paid that bill.
okay. You have-
I'll bring you the bill if you wanna see it.
No, we don't wanna see it. Take that over to the sheriff, we'll let the sheriff,
That's who controls litter.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't never seen so much garbage just thrown out. And, all right, why don't you put it in the thing and find a trash can somewhere and put it in?
Well,
They gotta throw it right, they just got to throw it right in the middle of the road, and then the cars just come down over it.
We wish everybody would do that.
Well, when y'all gonna try to clean up down on Passback? That's what I'm gonna ask you about.
Sir?
When y'all gonna clean Passback? Y'all got so much debris down in there that I can't even get in that bush up.
To my over on her property?
Yes,
You
yes,
want me to
sir.
get that debris up?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna get with the attorney on that now, we get down there.
That's private property, but y'all have never been out there.
Thank you, Robert. I'll be happy to get with. As soon as I said, let me get with the
All
attorney.
right, we got, give it to
Seriously, I gotta
the
get with him. So then you know what's up there, I gotta get with him.
Well, I don't do your legal channel, but I'm just saying, things, it's just ridiculous how it goes on in Adams County. And I ain't blaming nobody, I know it takes a while to get a bid in, but I got you, don't take a lifetime.
well, dealing with federal government is almost impossible. There are so many tree huggers in federal government.
Well, I can't understand, I ain't never understood behind the world of school section, how the federal government just leases that thing from the school section, which is the county. They let certain ways get in there to go hunting. Why in the world they isolate that and let the public go on it?
All right, we're gonna.
Now, federal government got it down there, they just keep it.
We never know what they're doing.
You can make that request to the federal government and they will take years to respond.
Well, they come down there, they surveyed my property. They asked me, could they come in there, they were surveying the hill to buy, I guess. And they come in and asked me, could they come on my property where it wouldn't be so hard for them to get up in there? And they took about 120, 30 foot of my land down at the bottom. I called them, I said, no. And they finally agreed with the old fence line, which has been there for 60, 70, 80 years. And they finally agreed to that. So I don't know about the game, but
Okay.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank y'all again.
Any other public comments? Any other public comments? We're gonna move to the table. Supervisor Gray.
Man, this is Doug.
Yes, sir.
Did you get a request from Watkin Street Cemetery?
We got a request, a while back I brought it in.
Yes, that's been done.
Oh, it been
Yeah,
done?
that's been done.
Okay. Let me say this. I don't know what's going on in Adams County, and I ain't gonna be able to try to figure it out. But what happened in the last few days, I just think that this county need a lot of prayer. And it seems like to me a lot of people operating out of feelings and emotions. And once you get feelings and emotions involved and anything else with a weapon, anything can happen. And later on you'll feel sorry, folks. So the motion I'm finna make is because I think this is the right motion to make, and to make sure that everybody that comes to this meeting feels safe. I'm gonna make a motion that nobody come through that door with no kind of weapon on them, but the ones that authorized to carry the weapons. That's my motion.
Got a motion by Supervisor Gray. Can I get a second? Can I get a second? I second that motion. Any discussion?
Mr. Attorney?
I gotta make sure that's legal.
I don't think that's legal.
Tell you what, I'm gonna come back with my report. in a minute.
You
I'll be
checking
right
that?
back.
You checking that?
Nah, I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna move on to Supervisor.
Yeah, move on. I'll come back.
Right, right.
Rob, Newer Road, I know that's Ms. Hurst, I got a call yesterday. Somebody about Mr. Jackson, I think used to be the sheriff, police, whatever, across the road. Newell, that's your stuff, that's your, whatever. Somebody he bought some property, he had somebody push it off and put some land over there. They put a pipe in themselves, you know, the county usually do, make a driveway, they need some gravel over that pipe on Newell. They said they got it flagged off. Proby Road to, on the end of Proby, Whittington, I forgot what Thompson. Yeah, he said it. He said when the motor grader coming there, somewhere down there, they pull up whatever they're down there, they said the motor grader graded it, and they pull the rocks up down the dirt down there. So he was talking about this, so I wish you just check that out. I don't know, just, them calls, I got over the holiday. And, so, you know, and I kind of see it with the sheriff, on their report. It has been a real tragic, weekend, and nobody really knows how the tragedy goes until they experience all of that tragedy themselves. And you know, when we deal with stuff like that, and I know it's high in emotions. I know emotions get high, but as you said, and it goes for my children and everybody else's children. You can have children that have been raised the right way, but in those certain instances, they make choices. And I mean, you know, when people make spur of the moment choices, law enforcement, elected officials, none of those people, we can't be responsible for everybody who makes a bad choice. Now, what we do, and I would say, Sheriff, you came up, you offered technology, we supported that. We are doing what we do on this end, but personal decisions, and it's hard because I lost family folks due to violence. I know it's very hard to deal with, but again, he said, it starts back, and I can't even say back all the way to the home because the Bible said they'll be wiser, but they'll be weaker. It is some people who raise people up the right way, give them everything they do, and they still go make bad choices. And that happens, so you know, you can do what they do, but I can say this, my heart goes out to everybody who was involved in it. The people who lost their lives and the people who took lives. Because at this point, everybody's life changed. And what people don't realize right now, everybody's family is suffering. From the ones who's gone to the ones who made the decision. It hurts the whole community. And you know, we just gotta do what we can and just, I always say, I'm gonna start with my 1%. Everybody, we can't be responsible, even the stuff at this table. We have different minds. I can't be responsible for everybody at the table, but I can be responsible for myself. And when it comes to our community, you know, that's why I say do what we can to help keep our community together and offer some prayer. Because sometimes that's all that can heal the thing. Because sometimes when you can't get through to people, we believe in a higher being that they can get through to people. And so, you know, my heart bleeds for that. But, you know, hopefully we can move forward with this road project. Hopefully we can get Morgantown going through. I was out there. It was a really great experience at the airport. We had a bunch of people at the airport. And it was really nice. I know we'll have a few bumps in the road, but I think that will be a major game changer for Adams County. And so I don't want to get to call names, but I'm going to tell you I appreciate everybody that's involved to what they did because it took a really, really good teamwork to make that happen. And it was a great success. And I yield the floor, Madam President.
Okay, back to you, Supervisor Ray.
Yes, ma'am. I know we don't have the amount of the use tax money that we received for July, cause this is the first board meeting, but whenever somebody get that amount, I need to know how much that we received. Scott, could you look into, did we go on record, our portion in the county where we could receive taxes?
I'm sorry? We have not done that for,
We have? So how do we do it?
A portion of what?
They made, they passed it out.
yeah, we have not gone over 10%.
So,
No, that ain't what I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You remember the law that they passed, and we signed off on it and say that we can receive taxes in the county like the city receive taxes in the city? Did we vote against that, or did we vote for that, or what happened?
where we can receive taxes from the city.
From the people in the county?
Sales tax?
Yes.
Yeah. I think that came up, yeah, in a conference one
Yeah.
time, that we could receive sale taxes from the county. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that ultimately died, but I'll check for that.
Oh, it did?
I believe it did.
Okay, we ain't gotta worry about it. My sympathy goes out to the Green family, the Johnson family, the Harris family, the Watts family, the Robinson family, the Chapman Robinson family, Mr. Theodore Johnson Sr. and his family, the Reynolds family, the Skipper family, the Washington family, the Bell family, and the Cameron family. Let me say this. I don't know what's going on in the world, because it's just not in Adams County, it's all over. I mean, Centerville and Jackson, everybody shooting, doing whatever they gotta do. People don't understand and don't realize how important it is to not to let people put your child on drugs at a young age. Because once them kids start taking all them drugs at a young age, that stuff that they put them on, talking about they gonna calm them down, and once they get older, their body immune to that crap. Now they gonna move to another drug because this drug ain't working no more. And you wanna wonder what's wrong with some of our kids? That's what's wrong with them, because they've been on drugs all their life from the doctor. In my days, a belt take care of what they put them on drugs to calm them down now. And it's just my opinion is, every school needs to find a way, but allow their kids to go out for recess. Because once you go out for recess, you come in and you a little tired, you can calm down, you're gonna do your lesson, or whatever the case may be. Young girls operate different from young boys. If a young girl don't go out and run around, she probably still be calm in the classroom. But if that young boy don't go out and have a little fun during recess, then he gonna act up all day long in the classroom, because that's just how little boys do. So I advise all the schools to take these kids outside for recess and let them have some fun, where they can come back in and take care of their business. And about the airport, that was amazing. I had some people who flew in. I really didn't know they was on the plane. When the plane came back in, they was on the plane. She called me and said she was at the Natchez airport. I'm like, you flew into Natchez? She said, yeah, we flew into Natchez. I thought that was amazing. I tried to get my daughter to fly in, but it was a last minute flight. There's no way she could have flown in for a last minute flight into that airport. But I agree with everybody. Everything went as well as it could. And somebody asked me out there, well, why is the mayor speaking at the airport? Every airport I done went at, every airport I done visit, the mayor of the city is the one doing the speaking. And that's just normal for the mayor to do the speaking, because I don't care if you go to Baton Rouge, you go to New Orleans, you go anywhere, you're gonna hear the mayor, Jackson, Mississippi, you're gonna hear the mayor. You ain't gonna hear nobody else speaking about that city but the mayor. So that was normal for him to do that. And Missy, and the airport director, Miss Khan, I say Miss Khan, I apologize. Miss Khan and the airport director and all the workers out there, even though I had to leave early, I ain't heard nothing but good things about that airport. And my daughter had a family reunion here, and some of her relatives flew in, and they can't wait to come back. I mean, they looking forward to flying into Natchez and Adams County to that airport, because a lot of them live in Houston. They don't like to drive, so they're gonna fly in. So at the end of the day, I think it's a win-win for everybody. That concludes my report.
Supervisor Wilson.
On the airport, I mean, y'all did a great job. Mitzi, the airport director, I mean, all that stuff just fell in line. The city helped us out. I know y'all, I don't know how you did that job, the job you've been doing, and that at the same time is really, really amazing. On the flight over, everything was really smooth, little trouble on the ground, and when we were coming back to the weather, it's always gonna be those kind of problems. But we met about 10 people that weren't on the first flight coming back to Natchez. They were coming home. One of them was coming home for the first time in 10 years because he didn't have a car. So he got to fly back home for the 4th of July, and it was really, really neat. And there was a couple in front of me I thought I'd recognize, but they said they hadn't been here in 30 or 40 years, but they have a lot of family here in Natchez. And so we met some really great people. A lot of people are going to enjoy this flight because you can't drive to Houston for what it costs to get a ticket there and back hardly. So it was really amazing, and I'm proud for Natchez. Just seeing that HEZ on the board up in Houston was pretty cool. Never thinking I'd see that, but it was good. I'm tired of seeing these reports about people getting shot and dying, and the people have to see it, actually see it. It's got to be hard on them and their mental status. And a lot of stuff, I kind of agree with Ricky a little bit about them always giving medicine to these children. Why do we have so many children that have to have medicine all the time? I don't know, but I like the fact that they're going back to PE. I like the fact that they're having recess. They know that these kids need to get out there. But I also believe in the broken windows theory with policing, that if you let somebody get away with a broken window, what's their next crime going to be? Because it's just going to build and build and build. Taking pride in our county and our city should be a top priority for the school system as well. Sheriff, I beg y'all to please go back into these schools and teach the kids not to litter, so they can teach their parents not to litter, because the kids will call their parents out on it. My teacher said, or Sheriff Patton said, you shouldn't litter. And, you know, the police department, the sheriff's office, I think it would be huge, because it is a crying shame, because you could add about 2 bags of trash to District 2, because just one time going around the block of Main Street, St. Charles, Upstate Street, I picked up 2 bags of trash. I was out there yesterday picking up the limbs that had fallen in the storm, because everybody was driving by them. One of the couples was gone, and it was blocking their driveways, Tim McCary's. And then there was vines hanging low, and it was hitting all the taller trucks. So I'm pulling that down. First, the police officer drove right by me. I got my flashers on, and I'm out there working. And then a sheriff's deputy drove by. I had no idea who it was. It doesn't really matter. I was about to pass out. It's so hot out there. But anyway, people should take pride in this city, in this county. And I hate to see the litter it just drives me crazy because you'll always see me on the side of the highway. I know you got pictures of me picking up trash. I take a lot of pride in this community, and as a supervisor, I like to try to set a good example, but that's all I have. Thank you.
Supervisor Miller.
Yeah, I don't know what's so hard for people. You know, I got a little pocket right there in my truck. Every time I finish something, I put it in the pocket. Next time I go to a gas station or somewhere, I pick it up, put it in the trash can. And it's not hard. You know, I kind of played a joke on my daughter the other day. We were riding somewhere and we ate lunch in my truck. We got through and I balled it up and I said, "Here, throw this out the window." And she goes, "Dad, you can't do that." And I said, "Well, I know, baby, but people do." But, you know, about the airport, like the other supervisor said, you can't, you can sit here and try to name everybody, you can't do it. Carl, Mitzi, phenomenal, the contractor, phenomenal. What happened out there in 17 weeks is unprecedented. I want to thank the city, I want to thank the mayor and the board of aldermen that stood with us throughout the whole thing. Without the partnership, it wouldn't have happened. It's amazing, and the doors that it's going to open moving forward. I wasn't here the day of the first flight, but I did go out for the tour, the first little tour they did, the open house, and to see the lady with United Airlines get emotional. She started crying, you know, I mean, it's pretty cool. I talked a long time to the gentleman with SkyWest. He's very excited. He gave me some numbers and what his projections, what he thinks is going to happen in the coming months, and it's exciting. The doors it opens for this community moving forward, like Ricky said, if you get people here, they're going to come back. They're going to come back to our restaurants, to our town. They love it. We sit here and Portmouth this place. Sometimes a lot of people do. They don't know what they've got. Go out of town, see what we've got. On the crime, you know, unfortunately, both of these instances happen in my district. A grocery store that sometimes on Sunday evenings I go grab me a gallon of Bluebell. You know, I'm sorry for the families. I'm sorry for the employees that witnessed it, for the residents who were in the store. I'm sure there were children in the store. The traumatizing, you know, those kids may never be able to go to a grocery store without a parent again. The impact that makes. There's nothing could have been done about that incident. The other one that happened at 5:45 in the morning, something could be done there. Would it have just prolonged it? Maybe so. Can we do curfews on these establishments in the county?
I'll look to see, I told you, I think we.
I mean, nobody has business being open at 5:45 in the morning. So, I mean, like I said, would it have stopped that one? Maybe, but it would have just happened somewhere else, maybe earlier. But at 5:45 in the morning, that's the old saying your parents told you, nothing good happens after midnight. I can tell my kids 11 o'clock. So I would like Scott to look into that. RFQ, the lady mentioned about the RFQ. Is that something we want to do? I know Energy came in. I know Upchurch is showing an interest. Something we need to look at. I mean, it'd be a tremendous savings if we get all these buildings in LED.
I think I'm kind of working on it.
But he's doing it as they go out. I mean, if it doesn't cost us anything up front, see what this is. I mean, I don't think we lose anything.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to try.
Just to put the RFQ out, and let them come. I mean, because if we don't, Energy's gonna keep coming, Upchurch is gonna keep coming, Schneider's gonna keep coming. Just put it out there, we'll see what we get and go with it.
Is that a motion?
I'll make a motion to put out RFQ.
I'll second. For energy services, Gary Walker.
Well, it's gonna be for Energy, she came and I think.
Just for energy, sir, energy, just for energy saving. No, you don't have to call up the night, just energy saving.
It's good for coming.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they're gonna keep coming.
They've been coming for years and I mean, that's.
All right, we have a motion to second.
We have a motion by Supervisor Milliken and a second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it, motion carried.
On a little lighter note, I think we need to say congratulations to Mr. Dollar's grandkids. I saw on social media that his grandson, the world champion, what is it, flag?
World champion, and then granddaughter got junior quarter horse of the year, and she won some buckles on some other event, but our horse did get junior quarter horse of the year.
World champion, not me.
Yeah, he
What is he,
was,
7?
yeah,
How old is he,
he's-
7, 8?
Huh?
How old is he?
8, he's 8.
World champion,
That's
8 years old.
That's why I told him you got champions.
So I know Grandpa's proud.
Yes,
It
indeed.
was, been a long 9 days. Last Thursday night, got in last night, so.
Came back to rest.
It was all worth it.
It
It was
was.
all worth it.
That concludes my
Thank you.
report.
Thank you.
Deputy Clerk Page Dean.
I don't have anything to.
Chancellor Clerk Brandon
I
Lewis.
have a couple of items. Mr. Hughes was here earlier with the recap. He did present the roles, the personal roles, to Chancery Clerk. I know before the first meeting, which was on board today. So we need to have this order spread across the minutes. The order also authorizes us to do advertisement. So we need to have that spread across the minutes, please.
Heard the request, can I get a motion? Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines, second by Supervisor Middleton. Any discussion?
Wow. Excuse me. Say it again, we spread across the minute, what?
It's the July board order, which says that Mr. Hughes gave us the real and personal roles as he is being required by law to on or before the first meeting in July. And then it authorizes us to advertise for the roles to be open for that 2-week period.
Okay.
All in favor, say aye. That's it? Yes.
Yeah, I just wanna make sure the public know when it's gonna be open, because they wanna come in here and do whatever they gotta do. They need to know.
I think it already made it once.
Yes, I think it's advertised.
Now, this one, that's the assessors, this is the clerks.
Yes, clerks.
We had to do this to have a public hearing on the objections.
And it says that we'll have the hearing on August 3rd.
And this is a form that the Department of Revenue hands out.
Correct, yes.
Have any more? Supervisor Gray?
I'm good.
That's it. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
We received a letter from the Department of Revenue concerning a homestead chargeback on a Jerry Kimball. It was PPIN 9559, and they said that the homestead chargeback could not be reversed because the application was not in place, and so just need to have that spread across the minutes, please.
Heard the request, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Middleton and a second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
Yeah, we need to have the tax redemption settlement for May spread across the minutes, please.
You heard the request, can I get a motion?
Move.
Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines, second by Supervisor Middleton. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
And the last item I have is to spread the GMO report for the sheriff's office across the minutes.
So moved.
Heard the request, got a motion by Supervisor Gaines, second by Supervisor Middleton. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
That's all I have, thank you.
Turn the steps over.
Just pass the sheet y'all need on.
Okay.
Yeah, we get this corrected. Okay. This would be a motion to approve the, what is it? It's like there's certain funding on taxes on our federally owned land, and we've got to like apply how we're gonna take it and do it. We marked it the same as that we're always going to do. It's estimated on $91,167. So I need a motion to approve putting that into the account and doing it's just something we do every year.
You heard the request? Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines,
Second.
second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. County Administrator, Ms. Missy Khan.
We got the letter last week that our ARPA, has been closed out. So that was the last time I was working on. So we are good with them. I have here our Delta computer for the next year. I think it starts October the 1st. I just need approval for us to enter it, and I need you to sign it also, President.
You heard the request, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Wilson.
Second.
Second by Supervisor Gaines, any discussion?
No, I will say that the rate, the monthly rate went up 8%. So, we have to have it, we use it every day.
Okay. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
Okay, I have a budget amendment for the civil defense, and all of these budget amendments are just moving funds around in each of the objectives. They're not increasing anyone's budgets. So the one for civil defense, they're moving $400 out of repairs of other machine and equipment to repairs and maintenance vehicles.
You heard the request. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Wilson and a second by Supervisor Gaines. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
This is for the county fire. It's taking out $30 from professional supplies and moving 25 to other professional fees and services and 5 to repair and other machine and equipment.
You heard the request. Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines and a second by Supervisor Middleton. Any discussion? Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
This is to move, this is for adult drug court. This is to move 15,000 out of contract labor into other professional fees and services.
You heard the request. Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines.
Second.
Second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
This is for maintenance. I'm taking $13,300 out of building repairs. $300 is going into herbicide weed control, $5,000 is going into mosquito and pest control, and $8,000 is going into other capital outlays, $5,000 in total.
You heard the request. Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines.
Second.
Second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
And the last one is for Justice Court. She's taking $10,000 out of furniture and $5,000 and putting it into office supplies.
You heard the request. You said 10,000?
10,000. 10,000.
Okay, and to finish out the year? Is this gonna be for all supplies to finish out the year?
Yes, yes, yes. They have a few tons of folders and storage boxes and the rest.
You heard the request, can I get a motion? Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines, can I get a second? Second by Supervisor Middleton, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
Okay, so we had one more change order. When I pulled out to the airport last week and I was looking around, and they had just a small spot where they put, what do they call them? Wheel stops. It made parking lot look ridiculous. So Carl and I went back and said, well, we needed them anyway, so we need to put wheel stops on all parking spots. So this is for $3,229.
Okay, you heard the request? Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines. And a second by Supervisor Middleton, any discussion?
It's coming out of the general fund.
No, this is the airport, the terminal. It's gonna be, covered under the airport.
All in favor, say aye. All opposed? The ayes have the motion carried.
This is Rash's fifth pay request. It's for $1,557,561.01.
You heard the request?
Second.
Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines and a second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it, motion carried.
Okay, so, we have been, our Waycaster's been through a punch list of items. There's still a few left to be, taken care of, but they're very minimal. So I have here the, certificate of substantial completion for the design build project for the terminal. I just need, I guess, make a motion that y'all approve it and have to sign it. And page, there's like 60 pages behind this. I'm just gonna email it to you.
You heard the request. Got a motion by Supervisor Gaines. Second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.
Okay, so with that being said, we have reduced the retainage and we have $292,899 in retainage for the project. Like I said, all the little bits and that's, we think is gonna be about $50,000, so Thrash submitted, another pay request for $242,899.41, and we're retaining $50,000 until they finish the punch list.
You heard the request. Can I get a motion? Got a motion by Supervisor Wilson. Can I get a second? Second by Supervisor Miller. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it, motion carried.
Okay, this is, I guess, a question for Scott. So Thrash wanted to do a consolidated agreement except for the one I did today, since this was already prepared. With the change orders, do we need?
Just have to take a look at that and see everything.
Okay, all right. That's it? I mean, they've all been approved, but
Yeah, just refer it. I think we
you can refer it, okay, all right. And then I have an invoice for Vassy, they're the project managers for the airport, $24,512.26.
Got a motion by Supervisor Wilson. And can I get a second? Second by Supervisor Miller. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? Ayes have it, motion carried.
I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to anyway. Mr. Braswell, he made Deneen very uncomfortable. She was nervous from the word go. He came at 10:15 and sat around, and she was not on her A game, so. And she did not mean to open this. She was trying to get through because she wanted him. And I don't blame her. He was rude, and actually, the sheriff's deputy had to step behind me because I couldn't get him to ask him 3 times to please be quiet and let Miss Deneen do her job.
I know. We didn't hear before. Okay, thank you. Okay. You have anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. First thing I have, I want to say my condolences go out to all those families with this murders that happened during the weekend. That was really sad. You know, you're trying to enjoy the 4th of July, and you hear something like this. And it affects everybody. It just doesn't affect those families. It affects those who knew these people. One of those little boys grew up with my daughter in the neighborhood. And when she came to me, she was in tears. And I said, "What's going on?" And she told me, and she was just breaking down, and I'm saying like, oh my God, you know. She comes from out of town to Houston, from Houston to come here, and a friend that grew up with her, you know, this is what happens. So, like I said, it just not affect those families, it affect everybody around you. And to be that young and have not even lived life, and to just be gone. She showed me a picture 4 guys on a picture that she knew grew up with one of the guys, but she said, Mama, all of them gone. She said, this is the last one, all of them gone. And, you know, and I'm saying like, my God, these are young kids, you know? So, around here, we need prayer. We need prayer. We need love in this city. And one thing is, we got to be examples of that ourselves. We got to show some love for each other in order for them to show love for each other. We got to be there for them. We got to teach them what love is like. And until then, you know, if they see us bickering and arguing and fussing about everything, what do you expect from them? You know, we got to show some love for each other. And I really feel sorry for them, I really do. And Sheriff, I want to say condolence to you because I know you had a death in your family also. My condolence go out to you too. That had to be horrifying for you to go through too.
All right.
My next thing is the airport. How you doing? The airport. Let me tell you, this was one tremendous milestone that we experienced the other day. That has always been a vision. Every time I went out to that airport, that's been one of my visions, is to see planes fly in and out of that airport. I always knew there was a jewel out there. And I like to thank everyone who made and believed in that vision become a reality, because that's what happened. And to Missy, that sits here on this board, congratulations. I mean, you really worked hard day in. You just put all what you had into that airport to make it, you know, things go smoothly for us, because you made that happen for us. You know, we didn't have to get out there and do the leg work that you was doing because you was doing it all, you know, to us. So thank you for that. You really did a great job. I want to thank you for that. My next thing is, I like with the plaque. I heard you did that. Put that plaque up. You had that plaque done and who made, you know, the names and everything, stuff that needed to be on there. I've been saying for probably a year now, we need to have one at the ball field. Because things that have happened or you played a part of and made it happen, you need to be there. Your name needs to say that this is the board that did this. That's something we've always done. So Missy, will you take the time and try to get us a plaque for out there? If you can, you know, make sure that we have a plaque for out at the ball field.
Excuse me, Madam President. We fell short on it and didn't follow it up. But you know, when we was doing all of our updates, you know, I asked about not just this, we did Broadmoor, we did the rodeo arena that's classic that people have. So all of everything we updated Providence, and I think that, you know, we had talked about putting our plaque, putting our names on the board that upgraded. And so, you know, I'm just gonna add to that, everything we upgraded.
Yeah. So that needs to be done. You know, I've been saying for a while that needs to be done, but we need to get that done. Another thing is, next thing, I would like to recognize Ms. Tawana Williams, who is going to be the incoming county administrator. I'd like to welcome you here. Anything you need, I'm quite sure Ms. Missy Khan will be a great help for you. So, welcome. Anything you want to say?
I just want to say I'm ready to serve. I'm excited. Missy and I are going to talk about some things, and it's time to go.
Okay, great. They'll be a great person to learn from, for sure. The other thing, we need to get her fee in lieu approved. Mr. Warner, we never got the fee in lieu.
Pay in lieu.
Pay in lieu, I mean. I don't know how much I get fee in lieu, pay in lieu, I meant, so sorry. I need a motion for that. Have a motion by Supervisor Gaines, can I get a second? Second by Supervisor Middleton, any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. And that closed my, report. So, do we have some for an item to be determined? None of that? I do. You do?
An item to be
Okay,
determined.
we got an item to be determined. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion by Supervisor Middleton. Second by Supervisor Wilson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried.